The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Dave clips that he could have a conversation with himself.
It wouldn't be airworthy.
Well, the ones that you put in the drops, like the coffee, respectable job. But there's more. We know there's a lot more. There's some of me. Let's hear my greatest moment that you like to play of me. Yeah, thanks. I asked for it.
It was great.
Oh boy. It's gonna be one of those days. Someone's got a case of the Fridays.
You got major Fridays.
Yeah. Let's get away. Dave is on vacation. Last one. I can't say last vacation. Last day of his vacation. I actually think he's got another one coming up. He does. He's got the thing around his birthday, taking his dad to, are they going to Alaska or Montana or both? Oh, I had not noticed your MacGruber shirt. I saw you earlier, but that's pretty nice. Is that new? Newer?
No, this is what I had for my birthday.
You had it on your birthday?
I had it specifically made for my birthday.
Nice. The best of MacGruber. Well, we've got to behave ourselves today, Chris, because you've brought company in.
Yeah. Another one of these Stevenson Whites.
Stevenson Whites. Oh, it's a hyphenated?
Yeah.
Stevenson Whites. We've had David in here before multiple times, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, sounds about right.
First time, though, for David's sister, older sister, Gracie, right?
Gracie. Don't tell David, but the athlete of the family.
Gracie is the athlete. Yeah. Oh, let's get a background on Gracie's athletic abilities.
Gracie is a amazing wrestler.
Okay.
Volleyball player.
Okay.
I think that's where we end.
Would you say the star athlete of the family?
Track.
Oh, in track. Okay.
Softball.
You undersold her. Best athlete of the family, of David's family, but of the overall family?
We did have a boxer in the family.
Oh, that's true. Pretty famous one, I guess. So, all right.
We'll see.
And we're not
I'm trying to get Gracie to turn to professional wrestling, but it doesn't look like it's in the cards.
Well, there's time. There's time. So how did you convince Gracie to get up this early to come in? Or was it an easy one? Like David likes to come in, draws, goes down to the country station, has fun with Dave. Like David's kind of now a regular. But how did Gracie agree to do this?
I think it was Monday. She's just like, hey, David goes all the time. Can I go? Okay.
But we're not together. Would that be trouble if they're both here together?
Yes.
Well, good to have her here. Good to have all of you here. We appreciate it. Again, if you are checking in this morning bright and early on our YouTube page, hit that thumbs up button. We do appreciate that. Gracie appreciates it.
Yeah. Man, I'm already thinking about you leaving.
And meaning what?
Huh?
Meaning what?
Like you're going to be gone for a week.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those moments where you're like angry, but like You gotta let him do it.
Why are you angry?
Huh?
Why are you angry?
Because like the show is not going to be here, but it's going to be. So like, I think this is what I'm going to do at the end of the show.
Get out of here! Can't you see we don't want you anymore? Go! Goodbye, my friend.
I knew there was a setup there.
Goodbye, my friend.
I hope, but I don't know, but I feel pretty strong that we might be the only show with a drop from Harry and the Hendersons.
You think so?
I don't know. That's probably too bold of a statement, but I mean, the movie is 30 years old.
Fun fact, I've never seen the movie.
I haven't either.
I just know about that scene.
I know about that scene too. I've seen clips of that movie. I haven't seen the movie. Maybe we should have a viewing of that. What else are we having a viewing of? Apparently Maverick for you.
That's what Dave keeps saying.
Yeah.
He's inviting us to his house for it. So it's like, sure.
Okay. Of the thing, Dave does, which is great. He's got a lot of ideas. He is always up for these types of things. What happens
From
first?
the famous movie quote from Rudy. He's a dreamer. The problem with dreamers is that when it comes to doing, they don't do as well.
Who was saying that about Rudy?
The priest, when Rudy was still in high school.
Priest was saying that. That's kind of rough. What happens first? We, as you, me, and him, go to his house to watch Maverick, or which you've never been to his house, or we have the breakfast for the listeners.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because again, both his ideas. I'm up for both, but I feel like these are both his baby. So it's like you can't go like, hey, I'm not going to push the issue on either one.
I would say breakfast for the.
Because they're still. I think it was brought up the other day on the chat.
Yeah,
and
so here's the thing too: is Dave said this summer you guys need to come to my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not middle of the summer by definition, but it's middle of July.
But he's gone right now. You're going to be gone next week.
You've got one coming up in a little while, right?
Who?
Don't you have one?
Oh, in September.
That's still summer, technically. Right?
And he's going again.
He's going in August. Not that, we might do it on a weekend or a Friday. I got football coming up and travel days. I mean, I don't miss the show on those days, but we shall see. We shall see. So we'll see if he pops in on the YouTube at all. Oh, by the way, I just realized, Chris, and I know we're doing a kind of an on-air meeting. Are we owed a British Open update?
Yes.
Okay. Why am I always keeping you from doing that?
I don't know why you hate me doing the British Open.
I hate you doing that. So
that is like, I'm like, there is something I'm missing.
That was so great because I could see do we owe? Yes, you're right. We do. So we will be talking about the British Open at some point today. We will be talking about your Sacramento Kings, and they advance via they got in on the swing off. That's how Sacramento made the Summer Derby, the Summer League Final Four. We had Brenden Nunes and Chris Watkins down there representing Sacramento. They hit more home runs.
Nunes! And one hell of a model American.
Nunes and Watkins hit more home runs than the opposing media from the other markets, and that's how the Sacramento Kings advanced. It was either that or they had a better tiebreaker situation. I don't remember how a point differential. I don't remember how the tiebreaker's broken, but now that I'm saying that out loud, if we had the media involved in a shootout in some other way, we'd probably be cooked.
I now want to see Brenden swing a baseball bat.
Well, the good thing is here as a station, we have some baseball players. Like if we put Allen and Jay Johnson, who both played college. I dabbled in college. You played. So if we go to each show and we combine everybody, so it's me, you, and Dave versus in some way, shape, or form trying to get the most. I don't know how we would measure this, like if we had home run derby or most hits, but it's us three. Alan and Kyle, but Alan is the hit doctor.
Yes.
And then Whitey, Drapes, and Jay. I don't know how we do as a show. How do you feel that you do in the batter's box?
Bad.
Didn't even hesitate.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know the last time I swung a bat.
It's been a while for me too. We'll make them use wood bats. Make them a disadvantage coming up. So one of the things we'll be discussing today, other things today that'll be coming your way. Baseball is back. Speaking of baseball, the quote unquote second half of the season. I know All-Star breaks are never right in the midpoint, but it's close for baseball. For the NBA, it's always like 25 games to go on their 82 game schedule when you get to the All-Star break. But baseball's All-Star break is here, and now it is over, and they got baseball back in action tonight with the Giants in action, A's in action. We'll be discussing that today. We will be talking about a great, and I think this is a great story from the NBA. We'll tell you about that. We have the Kings advancing to the Final Four. We also will wrap things up at the end of the day with Friday fun and games as we get away. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. So we get away for the weekend. Chris, are we throwing to our leaderboard report? Do you want to do that here, or do you want to wait to the bottom of the hour?
Which would you prefer? I can make any of your dreams come true.
Well, you know what? Let's get the people what they want. They want to hear what's going on at the British Open with the very latest in our British Open leaderboard.
The Open Championship Leaderboard Update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Currently at the British Open, Brian Harman is in the lead at 7 under par. Tied for second is Rasmus Højgaard, Robert McIntyre and Tyrell Hatton, Harris English and Hao-Long Lee, and Tony Finau and Matt Fitzpatrick are tied for 7th. Back to you, Jason.
Rasmus, what?
Rasmus Højgaard.
Yeah. Okay. I think if you just say it with confidence, I would repeat it. I'm like, oh, Chris said it's Rasmus, whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's it.
No, you're supposed to say it unconfidently. That's how you say it in Denmark.
Oh, okay. Little known fact. Little known fact. You ever been to Denmark?
I want to.
You do? I hope so. Why do you want to go to Denmark?
Seems cool.
Seems cool.
Literally.
Yeah. What is the place that you have not been to that you'd like to go to the most?
I think it's a tie between Spain and Italy.
Okay. And what place? We know your strong feelings about United States cities like St. Louis and Seattle. What place that you've been to abroad would you not recommend going to?
I've been to some pretty cool places.
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't have a Seattle feeling or a St. Louis feeling of somewhere you've been overseas?
No.
Okay.
Like I guess. Nope. They were all pretty cool.
You know, it's weird. I can get to a spot where if I've gone somewhere and I've thought it was okay, and then maybe time has passed and someone goes, oh, have you been? Oh, I've been there. What was it like? It's like, and then maybe you remember it fondly or better if, I don't know, over time. Like there was years and years ago, I went to Russia years ago, and I don't think
Soviet Russia.
Yes. Leningrad way back in the day. And I would go, I don't know that you have to go, but then I go, well, it's a pretty cool experience. So it's like if someone was going, I'm like, yeah, check it out. But I don't remember loving the food. There's the sights, all that stuff. You
didn't like the sights?
Not really.
I would love the sights of Russia.
Really?
Yeah. What
would you do if you were left alone in Russia?
Go visit Lenin's grave.
Okay.
You weren't expecting that.
No, you had an answer ready to go. It's like, so you went and saw his grave.
Isn't that the one where it's like, I think it's like a glass?
I don't know. I didn't visit it.
I think so. You didn't visit?
I don't think so. I don't remember it. I think I would have remembered it. I think I would have taken a picture, or someone would have said this is a big deal.
In Soviet Russia, Lenin grave visits you.
Yeah. See, here's where my fondest memories were with a traveling baseball team there years ago. I was just out of high school before I was going into college. And my favorite memory of this would be my favorite one. We were in Russia. We were in like a square where it was almost like, for lack of a better term, like a market, like not a farm, well, maybe like a farmer's market, but people were buying stuff from little areas that people were selling things. And one of our assistant baseball coaches was kind of one of those guys that was like, hey, let me teach you how to do things. Like hey guys, this is the right way when we're in Russia, or this is the right thing to do. Don't say this, do this. You're like, okay, sometimes it can be helpful, but it was also a little bit like, just let us live a little bit until we make that mistake. So anyway, he bought what he thought was a Rolex watch from somebody there, which already is a recipe for disaster, and thought he got this most amazing deal. And he's like, guys, everybody, come on in here. Let me tell you something. This is what and he wants to prove a point, and he gets the whole team around him, and he says, hey guys, I just want to tell you, if you're here, be careful, but I negotiated this deal, and I got this amazing Rolex watch, and you just kind of have to know how to play the game. And so I talked to this guy. It was broken. He could barely understand me. I could barely understand him, but he wanted X amount of dollars. And I got this Rolex watch for whatever. I can't remember the numbers now. And he was just so proud of it. And then he opens the case of it looks like a watch box, and he opens it, and there's a rock and a stick in it. And how you laugh is what we all did, because he was so embarrassed, and he was trying to prove this is how you do it, young guys. And he got taken.
Man, he did the same mistake that the guy at the Coldplay concert did. You just have to go with it. Now, if he said all that and he opened it up and it's a stick and a rock, and he's like, see, even if you think you've got a deal, you didn't get nothing. That's what you got to do to cover up your tracks. Or then say,
really, the watch was in my pocket. You can get taken. But no, he got taken. And just I think some of us were like, wait, what? That's a stick and a rock. What? And he got taken. But you're right. I finally saw more of that. I think I saw that Coldplay situation. If anybody hasn't seen that, CEO and the head of HR get caught at a Coldplay concert. So I saw it briefly in here. I know Kyle was talking about it yesterday. We had a few friends over for my wife's birthday. We were talking about it yesterday, and I saw more of the video, not more, but I saw it kind of spent some time on it. They were terrible about that. They did not know how to pull that off at all.
Yeah.
And not that, I'm condoning, hey, if you have an affair, make sure. But I mean, they both just totally freak out.
What doesn't help is Chris Martin saying, hey, are these people having an affair?
Right, but I think it's because he reacted to what they did. Yeah. I mean, if they just kind of oh, hey, or just whatever. I mean, I think it would have been like this. If that happened to be our company, Chris, and you and I were at the concert, and we're like, that's our big boss and the head of HR, I think you and I both would have been like, hey, that looked like we wouldn't have thought it was them. And then later go, man, that looked like them, but that couldn't have been them. And if they didn't act all crazy, then we would have probably, if they acted the way they did and we were there, we would have been like, oh my gosh, they're in trouble. We're in trouble, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, know how to handle things in certain situations. That's one to grow on. All right, let's do it. Let's start you with leading off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
And that's it. Sacramento Kings take it and improve to 3-0. With their eyes on some rings and things.
Well, they got a chance for some rings and things because they got to 4-0, but had to scoreboard watch yesterday. And ultimately on point differential, there were several teams that got to 4-0, but the Kings, every point matters, every single one. They got them all, and they got enough. And in this case, like our texter from the 209, good knowledge here, are the Kings the Cal Raleigh of the Summer League? And did the other teams get Brett Rookered? Yeah, basically. Kings scored a few more points. They got to 4-0, and that was what was important for the tiebreaker. So why I like it is the Kings want to do this. They want this responsibility. They want the chance to lose to Toronto or beat Toronto on Saturday. They want the chance to get to the finals, to have your hearts broken, or to be the last one standing and win the Summer League championship. For this organization, it would be the third time. No other organization has done that. So I appreciate this group. They've had a goal. They're going for it. They've been very verbal about it. And here they are. So Sacramento, via the tiebreaker, gets into the Summer League Final Four. And how close was it? Well, how close was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, 4-0. The bottom 2 didn't quite make it, as The point differential standings, you had Toronto with a 15.8 differential, Oklahoma City with a 14.8 differential, Charlotte with a 12.7 point differential, Sacramento was 11.5, and they were 2 clear of Minnesota, who was 9.5. Atlanta was undefeated, and their point differential was 8. And the other undefeated team, who am I missing? Or maybe there was 5 undefeated teams. Anyway, they did it. They got it done. And, Minnesota also missed it, 9.5, and Atlanta was at 8.0. So there you go. So the Kings are going to be the 4 seed going in. They will face the number 1 seed, which is the Toronto Raptors, also advancing Charlotte. And yes, Oklahoma City, they win everything. Their future's so bright. Sam Presti, how does he do it? Well, anyway, those are the final 4. Kings will play tomorrow. And if they win, they advance to the Summer League Finals. If not, Vegas is over. Still successful for them. So
Trying to get a hold of my guy Watkins. Going to see if we're going to run it back if the Kings make the finals again.
run what back?
My preview for the.
Oh, he put it out there on social media?
No, well, we were the team that did it the first time.
Yeah. So are you going to make a new one?
I would like to.
Yeah. Summer League Rewind.
If they win the, oh man, you won't be here, will you?
No, but I could probably write something if I had to.
Okay.
Yeah. See if Dave could pull it off, or I just voice it to you, voice it to phone or something, send it to you. We'll make it happen. All right, let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Now the stretch and the 2-2 on the way, swinging a well-hit ball deep to left field. And Grandma, get out the right bread and mustard. It is grand salami time. Cal Raleigh with his 3rd grand slam of the season puts the scam away.
Cal Raleigh with a grand salami. Get the rye bread and mustard.
Yeah.
Lost me in both. Not a fan of either one.
I'm not a fan of rye. I've actually gotten into mustard though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Regular old standard mustard or kind of more designer one, honey Dijon or
Dijon, but like I can now eat like the regular stuff now. I used to hate it.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's one of those things like if a sandwich, maybe, sometimes we have something downstairs where there's like food that's brought in and you're like, okay, I'll eat it. I taste the mustard, but that's fine. I'll eat it. It's not like I can't or won't. Well, I can't would not be the way, but I wouldn't put mustard on my sandwich. But all right, there you go. Cal Raleigh and the Mariners and the rest of the Major League Baseball teams have resumed action. That'll start tonight around the major leagues, and we will see how the A's second half begins, how the Giants second half begins. They're much more in the wild card race. The A's just trying to finish this year, first year in Sacramento, in a promising way and build around the young core of players and whatever their future is off the diamond, which is, no impact, or I can't say it's an impact on the players, but shouldn't impact their play. It's just impacting their livelihood, which is probably even more of a bizarre situation for them than anything. But the baseball second half of the season is underway today. All right, let's get to cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Being home in Portland, being back with his 3 kids was by far the biggest, most important factor in Damian Lillard deciding to return and re-sign with the Trailblazers. He was going to spend the year rehabbing his Achilles tear in the Portland area anyways. So returning to the Blazers franchise, even though he requested a trade just 2 years ago, was something he deeply cared about. And Boston, Minnesota, dozens of other teams had minimum and mid-level exception offers out to Damian Lillard in the last several weeks. But I'm told Lillard, as well as Joe Cronin, the Blazers GM, head coach Chauncey Billups, they all met at Damian Lillard's home in recent weeks and figured out how they were going to bond and reunite and move forward on a deal. 3 years, $42 million. He has a player option in the 3rd year as well. And now him and LeBron, the only players in the NBA now with a full no-trade clause. And next year, Ryan, Damian Lillard will make $70 million between his Bucks and Blazers salaries. In the next 2 years, he'll be at $140 million combined in salaries.
Man, that was Shams yesterday, and This is one of those things when you saw the Shams report, and I looked at social media yesterday. I'm like, what's this? Oh, wow. Because I know there have been rumors to Boston, the Warriors, a few other teams, and I was smiling from ear to ear when I saw that one. And basically everything I saw on social media, and obviously there's going to be some counterpoints to this, but for the most part of national people that I follow, whatever, they were just so happy for Dame and for the Blazers. I think Dame is so well liked, and I put me in that list too. I know, Chris, he's one of your favorites. I just thought that was awesome that he's going back to Portland. I love the no trade clause. He's basically, I'm willing to come back. Thank you for bringing me back. I don't want to be traded, and if so, I'll have to approve it. They're paying him nicely, very nicely, even a part of his Milwaukee money. And
that's what I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah, I know. I thought it'd be less money, but that's okay. And then it's like, we'll reward you. We'll let you rehab here. You're back with your family, and hopefully you got one last run in you in a year. And I thought, I love that story. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later in the show. Still to come in this hour, we will have a full update and recap of what's going on at the British Open as day 2 is underway. We will get into the Kings and their success and what is next for them. But what is next for us? Baseball's second half. Safe or out? We have that coming up right here in Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The summer sell-down is on at Maida's Elk Grove Chevy. Save $4,250 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Colorado, C71, CR2, and Trail Boss in stock. And Maida Chevy saves you $3,000 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Trax in stock. $4,250 off new Colorado. $3,000 off Trax. Exclusively at the Maida Chevy Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on on a Napoleon stainless steel Pro Grill become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon stainless steel grills, simply the best.
This very minute at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, you'll find fun gaming on all 52 Top Tracer screens where golfers and newbies enjoy the fun together. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range or play 9 holes on the McKenzie putting course. Enjoy the summer-long free concert schedule and visit the Hangout Eats and Dreams for wood-fired pizzas, burgers, ice cream, and more. Or relax with a beverage. It's happening all summer long at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, nightly until midnight. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosen with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water rail.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, safe or out time coming your way here in just a moment. Cleaning up a few things on our text line and our YouTube chat. We were talking about Dame Lillard going into the break, and someone had mentioned the Warriors, Livermore Pat. Warriors have lost out on every player they were interested in so far. Well, isn't that a shame?
Oh, no.
What are they going to have to do? Rely on their 3 All-Stars?
Jeez.
They're down to 3
Really
All-Stars.
a hit to the lineup.
Yeah. Another one on our text line, 530, saying, Chris, honey mustard is the best mustard. Maybe hold the mustard and keep the honey. Then we got something. Yeah, honey mustard's fine. I like mustard in a flavoring in like pretzels or chips better than mustard itself.
What about like if you go to a place that has like the big pretzel?
I just don't
have like the stone mustard.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't think I've ever ordered that. Sometimes is that ever a appetizer or like something they bring out like bread? Mm-hmm. Is that ever a thing? I can't think of a place that's done that. Bread. But it is basically bread. Why didn't they do that? More places do that. Bring out
give
a pretzel.
us a pretzel.
Yeah, because the places like when you get bread before the meal or chips. That's part of my problem. If those things come out, it's happening. I'm going to eat too many of them. But I love chips and salsa or chips and guac.
I love bread.
And bread, pair it with a little butter. Perfect. What could go wrong? All right, safe or out? Question number 1, Chris.
Safe or out? A shortstop and friend of the show, Jacob Wilson, is a lock for the Rookie of the Year.
Lock it up. Lock it up. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, obviously anything can happen. There still is 60 games to go or something like that. But statistically, he's ahead of everybody. He's slowed down just a little bit, but if you think about just some of the numbers, batting .332, he has not a bad home run and RBI total, 9 homers, 42 RBI. That's not what he's completely known for. He's known for putting the ball in play. Doesn't strike out a lot, only 28 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases, 113 hits. He has been a great story for the A's. The fact that fields well, looks the part, has been put in every spot of the lineups, come through with big hits, and is a tone setter. And just knowing that, like I said, for the most part, in this launch angle, home run era, strikeout or home run, it's nice to still see guys that will consistently put pressure on the defense, put pressure on starting pitching, on bullpens, because he doesn't swing at bad pitches, and the pitches that are relatively close or in the strike zone, he swings at and puts in play. I remember that stat early in the year that I absolutely loved. I don't think he had even – it was almost a month. I don't know if it was quite a month into the season, but he hadn't even had a 3-ball count. It's crazy. And then he finally walked. He's had a few more walks now, but doesn't strike out a lot, puts the ball in play. First A's shortstop voted in as a rookie, I should say, as a rookie to start the All-Star game in 50 years. He's a great story. Yes, basically, it's his rookie of the year to lose.
What was that? What? 50 years for
he's the first A's rookie shortstop voted.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you think I made something up?
No, because I couldn't believe that there'd been a rookie that had gone like 50 years without getting voted in.
Oh, yeah. First A's rookie shortstop.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Question 2, safer out.
Safer out. The Giants' first half MVP is Logan Webb.
That's our guy, Logie. This one might, I'd be curious from Giants fans because part of me says out, but I don't know who it would be. You know, if they did like team awards like you had in high school, it's like, hey, our MVP, and, you know, they have league MVPs, and Logan Webb has tied for the most wins with Robbie Ray. I would say Robbie Ray's a candidate. Logan Webb's certainly a candidate. Jung-Hoo Lee, probably Elio Ramos. I tend to go to position players, but I wouldn't know who else it would be. I mean, Flores has had his moments, Chapman, but they all have some sort of drawback average, home run numbers, RBI numbers. It's just, I guess it's Logan Webb. I still think he might be their best player, but it's just he's had some rough luck. His ERA is good, but so is Robbie Ray's. They both have 9 wins. Webb has more innings and strikeouts. I don't know. That one, I'm just not clear cut. If someone else, a Giants fan out there that says, no, this is definitely their first half MVP, but I guess I'll say safe. It's Logan Webb, but I'm really on the fence on that one. Not with conviction on that one. All right, last one and safer out.
The Sacramento, that's a little preview.
Yeah.
Safer out. The Rockies will lose 100 games before they win 30.
All right, let's check in on our favorite team to watch, the Colorado Rockies. 22 wins, 74 losses. So the question is safer out. They'll lose 100 before they get to 30. That means they have to lose 26 games before they win 8. Actually, believe it or not, would be better than the pace they're playing at. I mean, they're 22 and 74. Good gosh. What an awful year.
Stinky!
What an awful year. Who's the next worst team in baseball? Chicago White Sox have 10 more wins. The Nationals are in the 30-win range at 38. The Pirates are at the 39-win range. And then you get teams like the A's that are at 41 and others in 40s.
What'd you say that the Rockies record is right now?
22 and 74, which is a winning percentage of .229.
But the good news is there's only 60 more games to go.
That's it. Wait, they have more than that, don't they? Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more. See their second half schedule. Who do they start with here today? The Twins, Cardinals, and the Orioles. Guardians, Pirates. Yeah, I want to see them do like, how many do they have left? 7. They have 7 left with the Dodgers, 6 left with the Giants, 7 left with the Padres. Oof. Good luck, Rockies. Good luck, Rockies. If that was your team, Chris, and you had, let's say, season tickets, how often are you going, you think? Is it just on matchup or like, hey, family's in town or a friend wants to go? You're like, yeah, I got tickets. Let's go.
Like if I had season tickets, I'd probably go every game just to get my money's worth.
Yeah, I guess. And, good luck. I know we know that trying to sell A's tickets here is, you're giving out a bargain, but I can only imagine in Colorado. Right now, according to ESPN, I don't know how accurate this is, but for today's game, it lists on the side tickets as low as $19. Okay. Coors Field, though, great field. I like that for them. That's something they have to grow on and to build on. Yeah, 22 wins. I would say that's safe. I think they will lose 100 games before they win 30, and that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right, still to come on the show, we will have 3 for Madness next hour, including the Kings advancing to the Summer League Final Four. Speaking of that, our own Brenden Nunes. We're going to have a double dose of Brenden Nunes because he had a chance yesterday. Still out in Summer League. Are those guys, maybe they're stuck. Are they ever coming back? Watkins and Nunes are still out there. And Watkins.
And one hell of a model American.
Those guys paired up. It's really behind the scenes Watkins and Nunes, who interviewed Scott Perry. We'll let you hear that conversation coming up at 8. And then we're also going to talk to Brenden Nunes. On camera, on the phone, some way over the radio. He will join us at 9 from Las Vegas, get us the latest report on what the Kings are doing. So we've got a lot of Kings conversation coming your way when we come back. Let's get you an update. What's going on at the British Open? Day 2. All that and more straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This summer with Kohl's, you can rack up the compliments like, where'd you get that dress? Tell me all your makeup secrets. Or, ooh, my husband needs that polo in every color. Because Kohl's has what you need. Cute dresses, Sephora essentials, stylish polos, comfy kids clothes, and more. Plus, take 20% off some of your faves. Yep, cue the compliments with Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends July 20th. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or kohls.com for details.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
This summer, the heat keeps coming on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. Kicking off when Third Eye Blind and Neon Trees light up the stage on July 25th at the venue at Thunder Valley. Then head up to the lake for not one, but 2 nights with Old Dominion, August 1st and 2nd at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. And come right back up August 17th for Glass Animals. On August 21st, flash back to your favorite decade with Lost 80s Rewind featuring Flock of Seagulls at Thunder Valley Resort and Casino. Then get weird with the one and only Weird Al Yankovic live at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on August 24th. On August 29th, Japanese Breakfast takes the stage at the all-new Channel 24 music venue in downtown Sacramento. And don't miss the legendary Darius Rucker bringing the country heat to the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on September 13th. For tickets and more details, keep it right here on Sactown Sports or visit SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
So the Emmy nominations were announced last week, and of the primetime capacity, there were 3 late-night shows nominated. One of them was The Daily Show on Comedy Central. The other was Jimmy Kimmel Live from ABC. And the last one was The Stephen Colbert Show, or the Late Night with Stephen Colbert. Found out yesterday that show is coming to an end. At the end of May of 2026, and Chris, basically the reason, which I respect this because the reason has been made public. There might be more, there might be a little nuance to it, but they basically
there's a lot of nuance to it.
Yeah, but the one that they're telling us is it's financial. And you're going, CBS is cutting something for financial reasons, like a major success. I mean, I would think, I don't know the inner workings of the success, but it's been a widely awarded show. It's thought of pretty highly. It's cutting edge. I personally like Stephen Colbert. I think he's funny. I think he does a good job. I don't claim to watch every show. It's tough for me to watch late night, but I'll see clips, and I've seen it in the past. I saw it a lot, honestly, like a lot of things during COVID. He did stuff from his home, but that's bizarre. And like they're ending the franchise, like from David Letterman to that like late night that's it. It's weird.
Very interesting that Colbert pointed out the hypocrisy of CBS.
How did he do that?
The government. He literally just said it.
Yeah.
And then, we're not making enough money. We're going to have to cancel your show.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And I don't know enough about the I mean, I can't even pretend. Like, I know there's a lot of staff, writers, himself, band, makeup, crew, the building, all that stuff. But how is that show not making money hand over fist?
It's almost as like it's one of those things of where you could just finagle something to make it look like it's losing money and then say, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah. But there'll be another, CBS will put something in its plate. Like something's got to go there. And I'm assuming it'll be, obviously, you would think something cheaper, something turnkey. I don't know. That's too bad. I think, and I'm not, in the end, I mean, it's a show I'm assuming he liked doing and sure looked like he did. And sometimes it is nice to know that when there's a finite finish, but Any chance you think this opens the eyes, Chris, of like, I don't know, NBC with Jimmy Fallon or ABC with Jimmy Kimmel? It's like, well, they did it. I don't know that we want to, but hey, maybe they're onto something, or we're just like, no, now we're going to get greedy, dominate, and try to make more money in the late night.
I see this as a warning to everybody else to not do what he did.
To not do what CBS did?
To not do what Stephen Colbert did.
Oh, what? Which is what? Come out and say what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's too bad. Fan of the show. Fan of him. But I'll definitely watch the finale, I guess, and others along the way. But yeah, that one surprised me. I don't know if that surprised you. I mean, that's like, there's not a lot of TV news like that drop. You know, there'll be series that have been out, or like they'll say this is the season finale or a series finale of shows. Those all have a shelf life. If anything, if we had heard, oh, Stephen Colbert's going to do one more year and then person X is coming in to fit, to carry on the reins, you're like, oh, okay. But, even the show wasn't, James Corden was after him, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. That's been gone for a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of his.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, I think everybody to me, I saw most of his stuff like on social media, like Carpool Karaoke. Like that was a great concept. That was fun. His show was fine, I guess. Anyway, best of luck to Stephen Colbert announcing that the end date of his late show, which is in May of 2026. All right, golf today. The British Open, the Open, I should say, is going on right now. Round 2 from Royal Portrush Golf Club. We were scheduled to have Garrett Johnston on today. We had him yesterday, but a little bit of a hectic schedule for him. Look, he is working and he's got stuff going on. It just wasn't going to fit in our window. So apologies there from him and from us on that, but we will constantly keep you up to date on what's going on in golf's final major of the year. We're going to start our look. Let's go to the bottom of the leaderboard where, place that I wouldn't even be close to with what these guys are all capable of. Adam Scott, who's usually a regular in some of these tournaments, at least competing for action, is tied for 148th, not in last, but at +9. That just shows you how the course is playing for someone as talented as him. Patrick Reed, a past major winners, at +6. Working our way up the board, looking for other names that, a lot of people may know. Colin Morikawa is yet to start round 2. Same with Brooks Koepka, but they are both in 106th at +4, which would at the moment miss the cut line. Let's see, as we continue to move up closer to the cut line, a guy like Patrick Cantlay is at +3. American Zach Johnson +3 as well. JJ Spawn, who is yet to tee off in his round 2, who won the last major, was just incredible work on staying in it, sticking around, and some great putting throughout the tournament, is at +2, tied for 72nd. The projected cut at the moment is at +1, so he is on the wrong side of that, but Spawn is yet to tee off today. We'll be teeing off here in just a few minutes. Jason Day is also at +2. So now we look at the guys in the moment that would be in on the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Dustin Johnson at +1. We're moving our way up the ladder. Bryson DeChambeau has had a great day today because he was awful yesterday. He is 6 under today, but that still puts him at +1 in a tie for 52nd. But in that cut line, Sergio Garcia is at +1. Continuing to move up the board, Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth are tied for 33rd at even par. So now we're getting to guys more in the hunt. At -1, Phil Mickelson is in 21st place in a tie there. Tommy Fleetwood, who's had some tough luck this year, is in 14th at -2. We get to Scotty Scheffler, who should be teeing off in about 20 minutes. One of the favorites, if not the favorite in this tournament, is at -3, but is yet to tee off today. Rory McIlroy's 2 under for the day. He is tied for 10th at -3 as well. And then the names in the top 10, Harris English and Tony Finau, the Americans at -4 and English at -5. But leading is another fellow American, Brian Harman at -8 after going 6 under today, shooting a 65 after shooting a 69 yesterday. He is 1 shot ahead right now But Brian Harmon is in the clubhouse through 2 rounds at -8. So the field is chasing him. All right, when we come back, 3 for Madness time. In 3 for Madness, we're going to ask the question, what does it mean to you that the Sacramento Kings are in the Summer League Final Four? They're in the semis. They got a shot at winning the Summer League championship. Does it mean anything to you? We'll share our feelings on that. One of the 3 questions in 3 for Madness when we get started in the next hour. That coming up right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How far do you hit your 7-iron? The answers will tell you which tees to play, according to Josh Sens in Golf Magazine. Deep down, you know you shouldn't be playing from the tips, but it's common for golfers to play from too far back. Aside from higher scores, rounds become a grind and golf becomes much less fun. After several years of research, the USGA unveiled a new data-driven offering to find the proper tees called Best Tees. If you know how far you hit your 7-iron, Best Tees will tell you which tee boxes to play. A typical male golfer should be playing from 6,100 yards and a typical female golfer from 4,400 yards. Most players have a good idea of their 7-iron distance, with average males' distance of 138 yards and average females of 100 yards. Throw out the occasional perfect shot, which travels more than those distances, and concentrate on your average. This will allow you to reach the vicinity of most greens in regulation and let you hit a variety of clubs on approach shots. Leave your ego at home and give it a chance. You'll have more fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with the weekly economic update. In June, the consumer price index rose 2.7% year over year, up from 2.4% in May, with a 0.3% monthly gain, the biggest jump since January, driven by higher prices for food, energy, furniture, and apparel. Core inflation, excluding food and energy, climbed 2.9% annually, tightening around the Fed's 2% target. Tariff-related costs are starting to flow through. Could we expect a further bump in prices this summer? The Federal Reserve's Beige Book reports modest growth, but describes the outlook as neutral to slightly pessimistic, citing rising costs and weak hiring. Dallas Fed's Lori Logan says rates are likely to stay at the 4.25 to 4.5% rate a little while longer. Meanwhile, markets took note. Stocks edged higher as bank earnings came in strong, and hopes for eventual rate cuts remain alive. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Mocash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com. Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports 1140. The Open Championship Leaderboard Update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Here is your British Open update. Brian Harman, he is in the lead currently at 8 under par. How Long Lee, he just got started. He's at 7 under par for the day. Rasmus Hirschgren and Tyrell Hatton, they're tied for third with at 5 under par. Also Robert McIntyre and Matthew Jordan. That's your British Open update. Now back to Jason Ross.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I've been told it's pronounced Højgaard.
Really?
And I was told that after I pronounced it.
And by whom?
By our guest, Gracie Stevenson White.
Oh, does Gracie know? Did Gracie go to the internet? How did Gracie?
She looked it up.
Okay.
Like a nerd.
Well, or
I like to go by my gut.
Yeah. So I feel like Gracie came in here for a moment during the break, and I feel like I enlightened her to something which I didn't know would happen. She came in, you said she found some Post-its and she's been drawing. So there's a picture she's posted up here. There's another one she put up on the wall. And I said, "Are you guys come from a drawing family?" And she's like, "No, not really." I said, "Well, your brother draws." She goes, "He does." Hasn't he drawn every time he's been in here?
Yeah.
So she didn't know that.
She's getting commissioned by Pat to do some drawings as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What is Pat wanting her to draw?
He first asked for a picture of me.
Okay.
Then a picture of you.
Okay.
And then she said that she could really only do monkeys. And then
watch it.
He said, "Oh, can you just do a monkey on the radio?"
So is that her project right now?
Yes.
She's working on that. Okay. Good to have her in your studio, hanging out with us here today. You brought donuts today too.
Did
anybody take in any donuts yet?
Gracie did. Pat did.
None for you yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you being disciplined? You're being disciplined or just waiting?
Just waiting.
Yeah. Me too. Forget the discipline.
Munch.
I'm hungry, all right? Leave me alone. 916-339-1140 to weigh in on the text line. 1-800-920-1140 on the phone lines. On the YouTube chat, you're there. Everybody's talking. What are they talking about today? I don't know. Oh, they're talking about the late night show people, the history of that, Jay Leno, Johnny Carson. Yep, a little weird about that.
I was a Conan guy.
I like Conan. Johnny Carson was good. And that's kind of, what I guess I remember beginning, watched Arsenio Hall. I'm proud to say it, I guess, the guy that tried to keep Chevy Chase and Magic Johnson, the Magic Johnson Hour, on the air. Like, we have no ratings. You have me.
I'm watching.
Don't take them off. I'm supporting every day. This is the greatest show ever, is it? No, but I'm watching.
I want to say Martin Short had a daytime show for a bit.
I don't know how that wouldn't have been successful. I think he's incredibly entertaining. But maybe he turns it a little bit more about themselves. I don't know. That's some of the things I like. I don't watch a ton of daytime TV, but that's, more of when I'd be around. But like if I flip it on, and I don't know who has daytime shows now, like Kelly Clarkson. Jennifer Hudson has one. I don't think I've seen Drew. Does Drew Barrymore still have one? Is she still on?
Dana Carvey had an incredible one. And you're talking about Stephen Colbert.
I think that's where saw that.
Colbert started. That's where Steve Carell started.
Was Carell started there or the Daily Show or both? I mean, or one.
Dana Carvey was before the Daily Show. He was on the Dana Carvey show before the Daily Show.
Do you think someone like Jim Carrey would be good on a show, or would he just be too much?
Too much.
Yeah. He's a good guest, probably. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how that all goes. And what I don't feel sorry for CBS. I mean, if Colbert is, frustrated and upset by that, that's too bad. I do like him, like his show. I don't watch it all the time, but whatever. Anyway, let's move on, Chris. Here, let's start you out with 3 for Madness. Some good questions today. Let's go to question number 1.
MLB went to the swing off for the All-Star game. Should they give it a consideration for the regular season to decide extra inning games?
All right, so I know you are okay with ties in sports. I don't like them. But let's go to your sport. I don't know if this would be equivalent. Are you okay with the premise that it's been established with soccer having penalty kicks?
I don't like it. It's part of the game, so yeah.
And it's been there, but like if that was added
I really
today,
don't like it when because it's basically for tournaments and like knockout games.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they go straight to penalties from regular time.
Oh, they don't even have overtime?
And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on the tournament. In the Gold Cup, what the U.S. was just in, they went to penalties, and they didn't go to extra time.
Yeah.
It was just right after.
And obviously, the resolution in one sense is a tie. The second one, though, if you're in a win in advance kind of thing, a tournament like you're talking about, or a World Cup, I don't know of any other way to end soccer besides just keep playing and say next goal wins.
Yeah.
Would you rather be that?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, because it's in place.
I've never seen
it. And so I guess my point would be, if soccer today, and it's hard because you already know, already have the information, but if somehow we can erase our minds not knowing what penalty kicks, we know what they are, we know when they happen, but it's not to decide a game. But if soccer said, hey, we're going to have penalty kicks to decide the game, I don't think you'd be a fan of that. Like if they announced that today.
No.
And not knowing that they have it. So
I don't know though, because like maybe I've seen a bunch of games where it just like took forever.
Yeah,
it's like, please.
This is pretty cool. So
just go to penalty kicks.
When I saw someone suggest this yesterday, that's why the question came up. I'm like, no, you can't. I mean, it was cool for the All-Star game. Who cares really who wins? I mean, the American League National League, there's no stake at it besides the showcase for the sport. Home runs, you're showcasing more individual players. To have 3 players do it, I thought all of that was just cool. It was different, and most All-Star games won't end that way. You won't have a tie to do that. But Chris, since we already have extra innings now that a runner starts on second, which is a bit of a gimmick. And I mean, at first I'm like, I don't really like it. Then I go, yeah, you know what? It kind of speeds it up. We don't get, if you get past 11 innings, it's pretty rare. Like usually now you start to see more runs in the 10th. And then if you get to 11th, but we're not seeing, this game's in the 19th inning and they've played basically.
Who's ever gone to an 18 inning game?
Raise your hand and stayed for all 18, only to watch your team get walked off and lose. Anyway, I'm not bitter about that 15 years later.
It was that long ago?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. Was it that long? Yeah, it might be.
I was running the game.
You were?
Yeah.
So ready to go, huh?
Huh?
Well, either way, you're going
because we had to do
we
had to do the afternoon show afterwards.
But then
it got to a point
10
where
minutes.
like I'm talking with traffic and they're just cutting
spot after
commercials
spot.
and we're trying to make everything work.
Did the afternoon show even air at that point?
We had 1 hour.
Oh, only one. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought there would have been less. But
he said if
there's
this
one
goes,
more inning,
if this goes one more inning, I'm leaving.
I'm out of here.
So he was really upset.
Yeah. So, well, let me ask you this: as a once baseball fan, now very, very casual. If baseball added this as a regular part of their, hey, we're going to extra innings in the regular season, right? I think you have to solve it in the postseason, but in the regular season, there's 162 of these. Let's have a swing off.
No,
you don't like that?
Because then I'm upset if I don't see it. You should have a swing off to see who bats last.
You know what? Someone also posted, like, people are looking for ways to improve baseball. And I saw this one posted yesterday too. And it's been talked about before, but like they gave a lot of rationale around it. What are your thoughts on having the World Series in a location like the Super Bowl? No.
Mm-mm.
Why?
It's
Then it's
great
more
if you've got
corporate.
like Yankees and Dodgers, but what if it's Rays and Phillies in Vegas?
Well, I think the point of it, their explanation, so I'm going to hear the pro, was more of it's 7 days now or 7 potential days in one city. You just flip-flop who's the home team, right? You give one team the batting last, let's say. It's a location that city can plan for. Now, where baseball, to your point, kind of runs the risk, I think the Super Bowl is team-proof, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if we try to draw up the worst possible Super Bowl to the masses, probably something like Jacksonville. Well, Tampa Bay. I don't know. It's very regional there. But if Jacksonville, Tampa Bay was played in Los Angeles, I still think that's packed.
What if now I'm thinking for like NBA? So NBA, let's say they played in Los Angeles, and it's the Thunder versus the Pacers.
If you've made it enough of, I mean, it's a fair question. Like, we only know the other way, and those sports do great at home. But like, I guess the same thing, if we flip football, I could see it. Like, if football, like whoever was the 1 seed got the home field for the Super Bowl. But I think part of why they do it is, okay, you could have Buffalo and it's just snowing. Yep, you could. But, football doesn't do that. But the pros of it for baseball would be really for writers, broadcasters, like you could hunker down the city plans. It's like the World Series coming to Las Vegas in 2028. Like, Vegas would be one that would kind of make sense for a lot of things. But if you take another warm weather, San Diego to host the World Series, Miami to host the World Series, much like Super Bowl sites. But since the fact that it's in October, you could probably get away with a few more cities. But maybe it wouldn't fly because baseball's kind of become more regional.
Baseball, too, is boring to begin with. So then if you got like a milquetoast crowd for a World Series game.
But also, would you then go, well, it's 7 days in this city or 7 potential games. I got tickets to game 3. I doubt people are going to every game. But I think when you start to do that, you also get more corporate. I don't know.
Like, what's the biggest complaint about the Super Bowl crowd?
Corporate, very corporate, because the ticket prices are just absurd. And maybe they would jack those up too if it's in one city for that long. I don't know. It was just someone posted that. But the other one, the swing off, I thought was interesting to have it in a regular season game. I don't think they'll do it, but as just a counter, if then to alleviate what we just saw of like stars that began the game and aren't in the game, like you're probably leaving Aaron Judge in the lineup and not that they ever pinch hit for Aaron Judge, but maybe you leave just a masher on your team purposely on your lineup just for that potential of a swing off. Anyway, I think that'd be kind of cool if they introduced it. I don't think they'll do it though for the regular season. All right, question 2.
Question 2.
The Steelers gave TJ Watt a 3-year, $123 million extension. two-parter.
Sorry, two-part question here.
Okay. The Watts are the best defensive brothers in NFL history, and do you think the Steelers' chances are in the crowded AFC?
What chance? Okay, sorry. I worded that terribly. Are the Watts the best defensive brothers in NFL history? I'm sure there's some other choices that you think about the Bosas, but J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt, by the way, his new deal is the highest in NFL history for a non-QB. They've had an incredible run. I mean, just incredible what TJ and JJ have been able to do. I'm sure there's some other choices, maybe at some other positions defensively, but those guys are just legends, becoming legends. And JJ had a great run. TJ's doing it now. As far as the Steelers go as a team on the second part of that, they have the amazing stat under Mike Tomlin where he's always finished 500 or better. I think there's going to be more of that. I actually think this time Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh is going to be a good fit for them. And quarterback had been their issue a little bit here the last couple of years. Defense has been great. Offense, they've been trying to figure it out. I think their additions of Rodgers, of Metcalf, and then to go with their defense and their coaching. I know their division's tough with the Bengals, the Ravens, even the Browns to some extent. AFC is loaded. I think they'll be in the mix. I really do, and I think they'll be an above 500 team. It's just such a culture of knowing how to win, playing close games, getting it done. Boswell was one of their best players last year. Kicker had just an incredible year. So, yeah, I like their chances in the crowded AFC, and I think the Watt brothers are iconic and legends of the NFL, and they've earned it with their hard work and ability. So, congrats to them. All right, last question and 3 for Madness.
Question 3.
The Sacramento Kings have advanced to the Summer League Final Four. What does this mean to you and to the guys playing?
Well, I mean, to the guys playing, I would say that message has been clear. Everybody that I talked to when we were in Vegas, that we've heard sound from, that we've heard talk about this, that had talked to national media, had said, we are here to win the championship. So, the Summer League championship in the grand scheme of things, not that big of a deal for the masses, right? But let's go to this specific roster. Target is there. They've dreaming of it. They're chasing it, and they're now with a chance to get it. Now that they're in the Final Four officially, they'll open up tomorrow as the 4 seed against the 1 seed Toronto Raptors. So likely now you get another box to check from this group. You're in a tournament situation. You must win to advance. You are going to be the underdog, maybe not by a lot. I mean, Toronto had the same record, but won by more points. They'll probably be favored tomorrow. And let's see how they play against a team that has been winning by more points than you have. You still have the goal. This is what you're trying to do. You're now going to game plan. You're going to scheme, watch film. And it also just helps lead to more of the things that the regular team that we're going to see for the 25-26 season will try to do as well. And so these are younger players, newer versions of this team. The 2 rookies, I think, have been playing great. The 2-way guys have done their part, and then the guys returning also have done their part. So we're seeing a nice mix. It looks like there's a buy-in. There's been a clear goal of how they've wanted to play as far as aggressive defense, pick up points, sharing the basketball. And I think every time I've watched them, certainly the games aren't perfect, but they are so close to falling in line with that identity that they're striving for, at least with this group. I just think there's so much to like about that. And so, again, not trying to get carried away in a Summer League championship, but when you see a team or someone that is going for something and addresses it and makes it very public and then does it, I mean, at least to this point, I don't know how you can't like that. Let me see from the text line. At first, I didn't really care. I just wanted to see how the team looked. But seeing the competitiveness of this team and seeing their drive to win has been hyping me up. I'm all in. Let's go win this thing. That's my sentiments exactly. I said it from the get-go. I don't care if they win or lose. Now they're winning, so I'm more invested. I want to see how the rookies look and how the guys that are coming back have developed. And along the line, the rookies have been awesome, especially Nate Clifford, but they've been great. And then you watch the guys that have developed a little bit, still have some flaws, still have some areas they've improved on and have gotten better. So you like these things. And then as a fan of the team, you're hearing them wanting this. So you're like, yeah, let's go see them win it. And it seems like it matters to them. And all we have to do is to listen to their comments. I got a couple here over the last, let's say, couple weeks here, from introductory press conferences to playing now. Let's hear from Depeche Mystery, their current Summer League coach, kind of on the identity of this Summer League team.
Just keep going, keep building the identity. That's what our key message is. Like, make the main thing, and the identity, the defensive mindset is the identity. And they're just encouraging me to continue doing that.
Yeah, so he's feeling encouragement. Like our recent texter says, Jason, these guys are Summer League. They aren't the players we're frustrated with. Kings need their vets to play defense. 100% agree on that too. And like I've said before, and I'll say it again, that more times than not, it's veterans that kind of lead the way of a team and show the young guys, like, this is what you do, this is how you do it, this is how we've done it, this is the way of the league, blah, blah, blah. I'm hoping the effort, energy, passion, fire, drive, all the stuff that this team is showing right now is something that, that spills over and does a little role reversal and shows the veterans, man, these guys have given us kind of a rejuvenation. And let's go chase something in the regular season. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, kind of more on that. Doug Christie, let's go back to the introductory press conference of Maxime Reynaud and Nick Clifford. Talked about those guys and kind of what how they are characters of what they want Kings basketball to look like.
Both of them exhibit everything that Scott has talked about, which for me is like, Scott could have came and said a lot of different things and then went and drafted somebody that didn't match that. So that is, he crushed that, because for us, it means so much more to make sure that these guys exhibit everything that Kings basketball is about.
All right. So right now, I think that's where we're at, the identity difference of what Kings basketball is about. We're clearly seeing an identity forming, to me, in this Summer League squad. I would say it hasn't 100% matched up with the team, the Kings, the regular Kings team that we saw at times last year and other times the years before. So that's the divide. And so Scott Perry, let's go back to that culture thing. The things he's trying to build around here, Scott Perry.
As you've heard me say many a times since I've come here, it's important that we establish a real identity here, what it means to be a Sacramento Kings basketball player and what we're going to stand for. These two guys represent that. For your recollection, what that means, we want people that are competitive, tough, team-oriented, professional, accountable, and disciplined. These two young men have exhibited that not only in their play throughout their careers in college basketball, but in how they've conducted themselves as young men off of it. And that's very important to us.
So that's why I played all those, because you heard from different people. The current coach, Depeche Mystery, the head coach, Doug Christie, the general manager, Scott Perry. He says in everything we're doing, it's important to establish what it means to be a Sacramento King and to play Kings basketball. So this is kind of what they're envisioning. I'm saying to Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, Keon Ellis, Zach LaVine, guys that are coming back, Dennis Schroeder, who will be new to the team. This is what Scott Perry, Doug Christie want. Competitiveness, toughness, discipline, team-oriented, accountable, professional. And I think for a large part, some of the guys have been that. And, we all then just jump to winning, which is in the end result is what everybody cares about. So, the Summer League team, I think, could be playing like this and showing these traits and not winning. But I think the more times you start to land on these things and everybody's doing it, and, you always hear the word hold the rope or not let go of the rope or full buy-in, it sure seems like at least the Summer League squad is on a full buy-in. Being there in person, watching a couple games in Vegas, And it could be something as small as what seems to be small as someone gets knocked down, takes a charge, half the people come running over, pick up the player, congratulate, love the diving on the floor. Like, there's a lot of encouragement, a lot of cheerleading, a lot of support from the bench, from the players on the floor, a lot of communication, a lot of like, hey, this guy's rolling, but also we're not going to ignore everyone else. Finding the hot guy, but keeping everybody involved. Nobody over dribbling. Not too much, I would say. There's been a little bit of that, but way less than on the regular Kings team. Look like just more of comfortability in what they're running on offense. Certainly an intensity to the defense. I mean, again, all of these things are little breadcrumbs that are, to me, are very appealing to follow and chase and desire for more. And it is summer league, so you take all that for a grain of salt. But when you have a group that this is all this group has known, Maxime Reynaud has not been on the big team and has not played at the Golden One Center. Neither has Nick Clifford and played the Lakers in that situation or whatever team you want to put out there. This is what they've had in front of them. It's been a small sample size, a small amount of time to get together, just like every other team in summer league. And some teams have more veterans out there than others, but they've checked the boxes. Everything they've been asked to do, they've done well. And on the individual side, look, there's a ton of stuff to like. On the collective as a team, equally as much to like. And now a summer league title doesn't mean everything that they've done is just going to carry over, but it can help, and it can, reinvigorate the veterans, the guys that are working out going, man, I can see Nick Clifford helping our team. Oh, look at Devin Carter, some of his progress. Look at what Isaac Jones has done. Look at Maxime Reynaud. We got another big that's got skill like Sabonis. Like, these are things that can excite Zach LaVine and DeRozan and Murray and so on and so forth. So I say, while they're in it, I'm rooting for them. Is it the biggest deal? No, but the Kings are going for something. It's equivalent to me to the Cup, the Emirates Cup during the season. If they advance, let's go. Let's go win this thing. They want it, so I want it as well. That would be my answer to that. So we'll get your thoughts on that at 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. When we come back, another move was made in the NBA. It's been quiet for a while, but this was a big one. The ramifications of Dame Lillard going back to Portland. We'll talk about that next.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Look, I've played a lot of golf courses in Sacramento, but if you want pristine conditions, a fun layout, and 27 holes that never get old, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is the spot. The fairway is perfect, the greens smooth and true, the practice facility next level. And whether you're out for a casual round or hosting a big tournament, Timber Creek delivers every time. The course is always in top shape, the staff treats you right, and the experience, it's unmatched. It's easily my favorite place to play in Sacramento. Book your tee time now at timbercreekgc.com.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Alan Stiles here with your Sactown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Ken Waldachuk out with that left elbow sprain, will have another AAA Las Vegas rehab coming up, and his expected return is mid-July. Jose Leclerc, out with that right lat strain, is expected to return in the second half as he is playing catch 3 times a week, even though the A's expect a long recovery process. That was your Sactown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. It's Alan Stiles here. You injured at work? Call Downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay $0 up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
Dame into the front court, 10 seconds. Lillard now up front against George. 5 seconds. George backing up. Lillard doesn't want to pick. Dame going for the win. A 3-pointer for the game.
Emotional on that one. That is the great Brian Wheeler. Rest in peace, Wheels. And Dame Lillard, one of his many, many fine moments as a Portland Trailblazer. Fortunately, he had one of those against the Kings as a Milwaukee Buck. Man, that game shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. Missed free throws by Fox and Monk. I will never forget.
Who?
Malik Monk. You know who Malik Monk is.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say a different name you didn't know? De'Aaron Fox. Do you remember him?
Remind me. What was his number?
Neat Clifford is wearing it now, but he was number 5.
Yeah, Neat Clifford's 5.
Oh, yeah. But De'Aaron Fox. I would have thought you would have had a memory of De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. Remember that backcourt?
Don't remind me about Halliburton.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Dame Lillard.
You're saying that was Fox.
Yeah, Fox missed some free throws. Monk did too.
Fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind, weak spirit.
I knew you were cooking up something over there. Didn't know what, but there it is. Dame Lillard is back in Portland. I think this is a really cool story. He had the buyout, which kind of surprised a lot of people, maybe even Giannis himself, his former teammate in Milwaukee. But Dame, I think, should have been coveted by all 30 teams. If I was the Kings, if I was anybody, I would go, look, he's already got a buyout. He's got a lot of money coming his way. What's kind of a sweet spot of a number where we can offer him going like, well, look, we don't want to pay him that much because he's already getting paid a ton, but we'd love to add him to our roster. We'll let you rehab for a year, and then maybe you got a year or two, maybe 3 left, and let's go. Let's bring one of the all-time great point guards to our team. Well, family is important to Dame Lillard, and I respect that 100%. And Dame Lillard is back, and he's back in Portland, and I think it's cool. I think that when I read that story yesterday, when I first saw the tweet from Shams, I thought I was really happy for him personally, for them, for the organization, for the Blazer fans. And, you know, he got to a point where Portland had decided to kind of go a different direction, and Dame was there as well. Like, okay, let's work on a trade. And if we're gonna trade, I want to go to Miami. That never happened. They have to send him to where they think is best. They tried to do right by him, and they got some things back in return from Milwaukee. And now it makes you wonder if there's any regrets on either side. But look, they're back together, and the fact that Dame came back, got paid again by the Blazers, but also said, look, I am willing to put in a no-trade clause because this is where I want it to end. And I was really happy when Shams reported this.
Being home in Portland, being back with his 3 kids was by far the biggest, most important factor in Damian Lillard deciding to return and re-sign with the Trailblazers. He was going to spend the year rehabbing his Achilles tear in the Portland area anyways. So returning to the Blazers franchise, even though he requested a trade just 2 years ago, was something he deeply cared about. And Boston, Minnesota, dozens of other teams had minimum and mid-level exception offers out to Damian Lillard in the last several weeks. But I'm told Lillard, as well as Joe Cronin, the Blazers GM, head coach Chauncey Billups, they all met at Damian Lillard's home in recent weeks and figured out how they were going to bond and reunite and move forward on a deal. 3 years, $42 million. He has a player option in the third year as well. And now him and LeBron, the only players in the NBA now with a full no-trade clause. And next year, Ryan, Damian Lillard will make $70 million between his Bucks and Blazers salaries. In the next 2 years, he'll be at $140 million combined in salaries.
So he's getting the full mid-level exception at about 14.1, 3 for 42. Also with that buyout, as you heard Sham say, he's going to get $70 million. A ton of money. Obviously, it's a ton of money, but to give him the mid-level and to let him basically have a year to rehab under their watch and their doctors and all that, and maybe he comes back sooner, but let's probably under logic and wisdom and past experience, you say it's going to take a full year to recover. But now you think of the ramifications for the Blazers past that. So intriguing to me that they also added Drew Holiday in this offseason. They have Scoot Henderson. So one, is this a sign to Scoot or a lack of belief in Scoot Henderson, who so far through a couple of years he's been okay. There's some signs, but he's been okay. It's a little bit of a team to me right now that is just continuing to acquire very movable and likable assets. It's just, can it all fit together as a team? When I look at a guy in the past like Jeremy Grant that was coveted by a lot of teams, Denny Avdia they found and blossomed him a little bit more. I'm sure Sharp is someone they want to build around, but has been a nice guy they developed. Simons was that guy, but they helped move him in a deal to get him Holiday. They just got loose of DeAndre Ayton because they've got Klingon and Williams, and then drafted Young Hansen, Duop Reith. If you look at their, Tamani Kamara, Matisse Thybulle, even Chris Murray, Caleb Love, who they drafted, like there is a lot of individual players there on Portland, and they have come as a team that what they did last year to get better under Chauncey Billups was choosing the defensive route. It feels like they've got some decent individuals. They've got a pretty good defensive players at time, and adding Drew Holiday will help that. So I wonder the ramifications long-term about getting Dame to a 3-year deal. Basically, he's going to be your guy that you don't want to move, and you can't with that no trade clause. So now you start to look at, all right, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, can they be players that in the near future Portland moves off of? Now they don't have to really make that decision right away because we're going to be waiting on Dame Lillard, but very interesting to see how this team is being built and what they're doing there under the GM, Joe Cronin. And like I said last year, I remember the Kings, it was either the day of the deadline. Yeah, it might have been the night they played at the deadline. They were playing Portland. And I looked at Portland's roster thinking, man, they have so many individual pieces that I think a lot of teams would want, but they really were quiet at the trade deadline. So we'll see what they do and what they become, but I like the little bit of pieces they're doing. But I love the story more of Dame wanting to be back in Portland, obviously getting a nice contract at the mid-level to go with his buyout. He's going to be paid well. He's going to, that fan base loves it. Most people love him. And to me, that was one of those feel-good stories when I read it. Was really, really happy for him. I just thought this is a nice touch. It's a nice way to end his career, hopefully in the city that he started and made so many incredible moments. Dame time was created there. It's a guy that for the most part of his career wasn't really that active and looking to go to other places. There are always people talking about trying to add Dame Lillard, and he had even very publicly said about the ring culture and not trying to be one of those guys. But I think when Portland got to a spot where they were really trying to do a youth movement and overhaul the team, they could have kept Dame, but he was seeing a team that just wasn't going to be in a spot that they can compete that well and consistently in. And he had made a conference final before as a member of the Blazers with Aldridge and a few other guys that they had. So it was time for him to look elsewhere. They did that, but him returning, I thought, was one of the feel-good stories of the offseason. And then you think about good job, good effort. And it felt like this was one of those things that, like Durant moving is a big deal. Some of these other signings have been a big deal. But this was a win to me for the Blazers and for Damian Lillard. So thought one of the better stories, and we'll see what it does overall is for Portland. Text line says, this is a story signing, not a shot at Scoot at all. It's why there's a no trade clause. Sells tickets no matter how good he is when he comes back. I actually think he will be good, but that's a fair point to watch because we haven't seen someone at this age come back in the NBA from Achilles. Durant did it, but he was a little bit younger. Halliburton and Tatum right now are going through it. They're younger. We'll see how he does. I believe he will work hard. That's never been a question for Dame. I'm sure there's a desire and to be back on the floor in Portland as his kids get older and can watch him and understand it all better. I think that's going to be important for Dame Lillard. So happy for him, and hopefully he doesn't hit too many of those Dame time buckets against the Kings in the future. All right, when we come back, more to get to. I want to remind you, coming up at 8, we're going to hear more from Scott Perry, our own Brenden Nunes. Sat down with him and that's right, chatted with him in Vegas. He did have help, though, because Chris Watkins was help with the setup and filming.
And one hell of a model American.
We got our guys that have that story, so we'll hear that coming up. Brenden also joins us in person. Well, not here, but on the YouTube. We'll see him from Vegas at 9. So a lot more on the Kings as the show continues on this Friday right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hobbit, a Hobbit Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Hobbit Employee Pricing Plus sales event?
Right now, you can get the family wherever you need to get them. When you save up to $17,000 off MSRP on the new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. With the gas tax having gone up this month, that means you save even more at the pump with one of America's favorite hybrids.
What's happening at the giant Hobbit Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter?
Well, not only is Hobbit your one-stop shop for new Ram trucks, we are your pre-owned truck superstore. Right now, we have over 100 quality pre-owned trucks in stock. So whatever truck you're looking for, your perfect ride is waiting at Hoblet. Diesels, lifted trucks, 4x4s, Hemis, heavy duties. We have them all waiting for you.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory, new and used, at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 17,000 total net savings after 7,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 2025 select inventory bonus cash, 500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. Employee pricing for all included in dealer discount. VIN number 712-678. See dealer for details.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash,
Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hot Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Buckle up, racing fans! Adrenaline is back in full blast on July 19th. It's chaos, carnage, and crazy fun with boat trailer racing and more at the Stockton 99 Speedway on July 19th. Don't miss the madness. Tickets starting at just $15. Get yours today at Stockton99.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
So Chris, during the break, was showing me stuff from Stephen Colbert. That was earlier this week, you said, when Colbert was out there doing his little monologue and very critical of some stuff. Interesting. A couple days later, into the show.
It's just financial.
Yeah, it's just financial. But his point on, them paying out certain things, interesting. But yeah, his end of the Late Show, the whole series, like we saw it before with David Letterman, other people like that it's gone. It's like the Tonight Show is a franchise. The Late Show is a franchise. It is ending at the end in spring, May of 2026. We were talking about Damian Lillard in our last segment, 916-339-1140. Text line, someone here from the 916 says, Dominique Wilkins came back from Achilles late in his career, I think. You are right. Not as old as Damian Lillard. Dame just had his birthday. We had him on Celebrity Birthdays earlier this week. So he was technically 34 when he got hurt. He's 35 now. Dominique got hurt when he was 32. I was looking back at this. So he was older, but not as old as Dame. Dominique Wilkins got hurt in the 91-92 season. He was 32 years of age. He played 42 games, so probably that's about when he got hurt. The interesting thing is he's played 71 games the next year. So now it's an injury that kind of takes about a year. You would think that would be quicker if that's how fast he returned.
Kobe was 35.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
When it happened?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought someone had said Dame was the oldest, but I guess not. Kobe
He
was.
might have been like 34
and something.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Dominique played two more seasons in Atlanta, had one more All-Star season after the Achilles. No, make it two. and then had the Clippers, the Celtics, played overseas, I guess, then the Spurs, and then Orlando. He played all the way till he was 39. So he played more years. But I mean, this was a guy that was, had a couple different seasons that scored 30 points per game, 29, 28, 26, 29 again. Like, this guy could score, flat out score. So could Dame. So rooting for Damian Lillard to recover, to get back, and to help the Blazers when he's returns at some point either this year or next season. All right, a couple of things. I heard this one a couple days ago, and I just thought it was a fun topic, and I wanted to get Chris's opinion on it too, as he takes his first bite of donut. Perfect timing. So the show prior to us, Maggie and Perloff, it's a good show. You guys should check that out. They do a good job there. And we see him in the studio all the time. They're fun, especially Perloff. He's a cool dude. Maggie, nice. Not as tough.
I'm a Maggie maniac.
You're a Maggie maniac. They had the question. This was around the All-Star game, and I thought it made sense. So the question was, and like they say, if you're stealing from us, you're stealing twice. Like, look, a lot of people share content, do different things, but I like the concept, like the idea. So I thought I'd ask you this question, Chris. The question they had was, for your life, basically, you had to get a hit. Not you, but to keep you alive. Who would you want to get you that hit in Major League Baseball history? So you could have one person in the batter's box. It's for your life. Who are you putting up there? Anybody in the history of baseball?
I am taking Ted Williams.
I knew you were going to say Ted Williams. It's a great answer. Great answer.
I was thinking it was the three of them. It was Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, and Ichiro.
All lefties. All could hit. It just incredibly hit. I think I would take Gwynn, partly because I was just a big fan of his. That article in Sports Illustrated, I have no idea what year it was, but it was Ted Williams and Tony Gwynn talking about hitting. Was an awesome
couple
read.
of San Diego guys.
Yes. Was an awesome read. And what I still remember from it was like Tony Gwynn literally said and could go out and do. Like, and just you could just tell they were talking about hitting in a different way than even any of us who have watched baseball for our lives or played any level of baseball could even remotely understand. But Gwynn was talking about, Chris, how when like he's really, really locked in, he 100% could hit the ball where he wanted to. And it's different than like, oh, I'm trying to pull it. Yeah, no, he's talking about like I could hit it between short and third on the ground in a hop or two. And just like, I know I could. And you just go, I believe him. I could hit it right up the middle, where nowadays where they have shift, like he could hit it where he wanted, where he was locked in if he got the pitch and all that stuff. And you just go, he had plate discipline. There's so many amazing stats. What was the one like that Greg Maddux or somebody like had never or barely ever struck out Tony Gwynn? Like, it's just stupid stuff. And you just go, how are these guys that good at putting the ball in play consistently? So yeah, for me, I would take Tony Gwynn. If you had to take somebody currently, this is where it'd be a bigger challenge. Who would you take in a present day major leaguer? For
Jackson Holiday.
Jackson, like streaking. I mean, Shohei's a really good hitter. Maybe not as good average, but good. As much as I brag and love on Judge, he does swing and miss. Present day, I mean, it's not crazy. Jacob Wilson puts the ball in play. Like if it's just hey, I need a hit, he wouldn't be a bad guy. Who did you think was a better hitter, Boggs or Gwynn?
Gwynn.
I wonder if that's
I was
consensus.
like super young for both of them.
Yeah. I wonder if more people would say that, Boggs versus Gwynn, who would pick. But I felt like those two guys at the same time being around was kind of at that time I was young too. And you're thinking like, oh, this is just the way baseball is. Like everybody can hit this well. And we weren't that far removed from George Brett batting 390. And it's like, look at all these guys that can just consistently hit 350, 360. It's like, that's such a ridiculous average. Now guys are in the lineup batting 230, and get plenty of ABs. Things just have changed. Like Schwarber leads off at times for the Phillies. It's a different sport, a different mentality now in Major League Baseball, it's honestly weird to see. Speaking of baseball, the second half begins today. And the Giants are on the road. They start a series with the Guardians, and the A's begin the second half of their schedule on the road as well, as they'll be in action later today. Also an early start. The A's play the Guardians. The Giants are in Toronto against the first place Blue Jays. So a good test for the Giants right out of the chute as they get started later today. All right, coming up in our next hour, jam-packed hour ahead for you in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to let you hear Brenden Nunes' conversation with Kings general manager Scott Perry. Had a chance to sit down with him yesterday. That is coming your way. Also, college football is around the corner. Someone wants to fix it. I like the idea. Is it the right person to do so? We got who's hot, who's not. All that coming up in our next hour, the 8 o'clock hour, straight ahead right here on Sactown Sports.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Friday. Out the door, it's cool enough to maybe need a long sleeve layer. Delta breeze making things feel comfortable. As we get into the afternoon, temperatures up slightly, but around normal for this time of year. Expect daytime highs upper 80s to low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
It is peak summertime for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From July 18th through the 27th, we have 9 River Cats home games in 10 days at Sutter Health Park. It's the perfect time to bring the whole family for affordable, action-packed baseball and nonstop fun. With every game offering something special, don't miss the excitement. There's no better place to be this summer than right here at the ballpark with the Sacramento River Cats. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up with the smell, and still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
People are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, from Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because they've seen for themselves the huge selection and the best prices at SacSuperstore.com. Good luck finding a lower price anywhere else. And if you do, they'll match it. It's as simple as that. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where a handshake still means something. Open until 10 o'clock and essentially located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And online at SacSuperstore.com. The guaranteed lowest price and the best selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. SacSuperstore.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. The Open Championship Leaderboard Update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
We've got a tie at the top of the leaderboard. Brian Harmon and Hao Dong Lee, they are both at 8 under par. Matt Fitzpatrick's in third place. He's at 6 under par. And we've got a four-way tie for fourth with Robert McIntyre, Rasmus Højgaard, Tyler Hatton, and Harris English, all at 5 under par. Now back to you, Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hey, thanks, Chris. That was a very formal introduction. I appreciate that. Another British Open report coming up at 9. Also at 9, Brenden Nunes will be joining us, our Sactown Sports Kings insider. Still have a River Cats report coming your way. We'll have celebrity birthdays, what's on deck, who's hot, who's not. We finally get back into streaking for the second half of the season. And Friday fun and games all coming your way. So we actually have a double dose of Brenden Nunes. Brendan's conversation with Scott Perry coming your way in just a moment. A few things to clean up from our text line. We were in the last segment talking about baseball second half, which is here. But we said, look, if you had to get a hit for your life, who would you put in the batter's box? From the 209, Pete Rose or Barry Bonds. Great guys to pick from that you'd probably trust there. Like that year that Bonds hit 73 and was absolutely locked in. I mean, I think if you go back and could watch his plate appearances, the amount of times he even got a pitch to hit on a night was crazy. And the percentage of times that he got the pitch to hit that he hit and didn't miss or didn't pass up was incredible. His eye was so sharp and so refined that season. And people were walking him a ton, but if they elected to pitch to him, like, all right, we got to get one in there. And it's like he would identify it, find it, and gonzo. He would crush it out of the park. So, yeah, Pete Rose or Barry Bonds, great choices. We have another one that agreed with Chris mentioning Ichiro, saying Ichiro, that guy was a hit machine. He was. And the other part about Ichiro, he's just so darn fast. I mean, you beat that ball into the ground, and then you would know you'd have a chance to get a hit in multiple ways without just like the traditional in the gap, down the line, or through the infield. It's like, hey, if it's hit on the ground, he's also still got a chance to beat that out for an infield hit. So he would not be a bad choice at all. So we're going to get to Brenden Nunes here in just a moment, his conversation with Scott Perry. And I'm glad that Chris Watkins and Brenden Nunes I think they're like the last remaining members of the media that are still out there in Summer League. I know Draper's back, I think. But Allen went, I went, Draper was there. We had a few others in the media, local media that were out there. Summer League kind of starts with a splash. Everybody's out there. There's a lot more attention. And then as it thins out, the games now technically may mean more as far as the Summer League Championship, with the Kings advancing as the 4 seed. They'll play the 1 seed Toronto Raptors. tomorrow in the early afternoon with a chance, if they win, they move on to the finals. If not, Summer League is over for them. So I like they're put in that situation. But so much to like about what we've seen, how this Summer League squad at least has been built. And the designer behind that is the general manager, Scott Perry. Yesterday, our own Brenden Nunes had a chance to sit down with the new Kings general manager, Scott Perry.
All right, sitting here with Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry. Scott, thanks for taking the time out of your day, man. How's Vegas been treating you? It's obviously got to be pretty good to see your Summer League team sitting here up 4-0.
Yeah, well, Vegas is Vegas. It's been a couple of years since I've been here, but enjoying the time, getting to know everybody, obviously with the staff and all the players on the roster and the coaches. And so far, so good. It's been a good week. Team has played very hard. We've won all the games, as you mentioned, but the biggest thing that has pleased me is just how hard we've played and how together we've played.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're seeing Coach Mystery do it with an identity, that defensive orientation. It's a lot of the things we've heard you echo as well. And the big thing that you've mentioned is building that identity. How much is establishing that in the Summer League, the first event since you've been able to take over, already establishing that here now?
Well, we talked about that at the onset of this Summer League. This group, this was the first opportunity to start laying the foundation for that identity. Those 6 values that we talk about so much: competitive, tough, team-oriented, disciplined, accountable, and professional. I'm seeing those qualities with our group, both on and off the court. That's extremely important to us. And so I'm proud of what we've been able to do thus far.
Absolutely. And when you're establishing those identities, the 6 things you've laid out, can't help you mention it in every single thing. Obviously,
exactly.
A very key staple here. I was ready to be tested for what it's worth.
Okay. All right. Okay. You passed your test.
There we go. But what's the process like for you in figuring out, establishing what those 6 things are going to be? You've spent a lot of time in the league. Is this something that you've held with you throughout the years, or has it slowly developed over time to this point?
I would say it's been fine-tuned over the years, but a lot of these values are really at my core and what I believe in terms of team building. When you examine very successful sports franchises, not just basketball ones, but football, baseball, you name the sport, a lot of these qualities that I talk about, these values, exist in those areas. And so you have to be committed to that to be able to live those every day. I think when you do that, you give yourself an opportunity to be successful over a longer period of time.
Right. So betting on the person in part of this, because a lot of what you're pointing to is the intangibles. Obviously, there's the basketball skill as well, but betting on that translating.
Oh, there's no question about it. Because look, most of the guys anyway, when you get to this level, have some measure of talent, some skill, whether they can run fast, jump high, shoot the ball well, defend well, whatever it may be. But the biggest separator I've found over my 25 years in the NBA and 13 years prior to that in college coaching is the makeup of the person, because that's what endures over a 7 to 9 month season is those qualities. That's what a person is going to have to lean on. So that's what's going to be the little things that separate when 2 guys are talented, people that have those 6 values and practice those every day, I believe give you a little added advantage necessary to come out on top.
Yeah, and obviously you think the rookies play into that well. We've seen them playing well on the court out here as well. But what's the, can you take us behind the scenes a little bit in the process of when you're trying to evaluate those things? Like we mentioned, intangibles, I think they can be a little bit harder to read into rather than just watching film. But what's the process like for not only when you're bringing guys in, but you're inheriting a roster and looking at what you already have already and trying to figure out who fits what you're looking for there?
Yeah, well, a lot of that is time spent through either conversation or observation and how they practice or play in games or just how they interact with coaches or teammates or front office. It's a constant learning to really figure out who really has those qualities. So I'm still in the process of determining that. Now, as it relates to the rookies, there's a lot of homework that goes in to drafting a player. Of course, we liked their talent. We evaluated the talent, thought that they were good enough to be NBA players. But in talking to a number of people that lived with them, been around them, mentored them, they all would say, hey, they exhibited a lot of those qualities and made us more comfortable in selecting them in the draft, or in Dylan Cardwell's case, signing him as a two-way player.
Absolutely. And then you see, already rostered guys like DeMars. You never hear a bad thing about him. Great locker room guy. How important is it to have those established guys that have already proven all that things that you're saying to be that mentor for the younger players?
It's extremely important. In my experience, the best team that I obviously had been around for a number of years was Detroit Pistons back in the 2000s. And what made us special and great at that time was the locker room and the men that resided in that locker room. Because not only did the organization set a vision and the standard, they did themselves. They understood it and they carried it out. So now when you start to bring younger players in or other people into the locker room, it polices themselves. They let the rookies know, or the younger players know, or anybody you may trade for know, this is how we do business. So you mentioned a guy like DeMar DeRozan, who I've had tremendous amount of respect for over his career. I've watched him, and I've watched him develop as a pro. And at every stop he's been professional. He's been accountable. He's been disciplined. All those things we talk competitive, tough, team-oriented. So now when he sits with Anik Clifford or Maxime Renault, his words are going to matter because he's done it. He's played. And that knowledge that he can share and others like him can share with the younger players, but I believe helps equip them, the younger players, to be successful as they move forward.
Absolutely. And then we see Devin out here, obviously playing well, dealing with some things a little bit, but, inheriting a guy like that, obviously, I'm sure that you were familiar with him throughout your own evaluation process when you were in New York, but what have your impressions of him been, and how do you feel like he can continue to develop as a player, moving him into that point guard spot a little bit?
Yes, definitely continuing to learn Devin as well. He had a very defensive orientation as a player when he was at Providence. I think that's what allowed him to be drafted where he was drafted. And so I want to see him continue to make that impact at this level. And see, I've always believed as a young player, when you come in the door, you have to maximize your strengths. So his strength is his ability to defend the basketball. He's got long arms. He's got good straight ahead speed. What I've liked from him in the summer league too, he's had some moments, especially on the offensive side, where he can really push the ball and attack the rim and get there with the ability to finish. He's not a finished product there yet. He's developing for sure. And it's going to be incumbent upon us and our coaching staff to help him develop and grow as a player in those areas that he's not quite as strong at yet. But he's got to consistently defend at a high level, because that is the one thing that he can do to help our team and our organization have a chance at success.
Yeah, which obviously fits into that defensive orientation that Coach Dip is doing, you're talking about. How much, we've seen the league, I'm sure you've seen it obviously change so much in the time you've been in here. It almost feels like, I guess I can't go quite back as far as you, to be honest, but from my perspective, you see like Houston and Golden State transitioning the game a little bit, where it becomes more three-point oriented, and then everybody adapts to that, and then teams start to zag a little. How much do you keep up with like just the trends of the direction of the league and trying to, counter that compared to playing your own game?
You definitely keep up with, quote unquote, the trends of the league. But I just believe you have to have a solid foundation and principles of what you believe what it takes to win. There's multiple ways to win. So if one team is shooting a ton of threes and they happen to win that year, but again, when you talk about the Golden State Warriors, when they were winning, they had two of the best shooters of all time. Probably the best shooter of all time is Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson was right behind him. But they were extremely effective in the two-point area as well. And what didn't get talked about a lot with that group is they were a top 10 defense each of those years. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. So to me, we want to build our identity of who we are. We believe firmly that it is a winning recipe when you play it the right way, and then you just own it. And so this old saying, like in boxing, styles make fights. And so it's no different in basketball or football and other sports. You might have a team that really likes to run, maybe have another team that likes to play half court. It's who can play their game the best on a particular night or in the playoffs in a particular series that end up coming out on top.
Yeah. And then obviously we mentioned like how you want your guys to play, the energy that you want out there, but stylistically trying to figure it out. You mentioned styles make fights, going to depend on what you have on the roster. But when you're inheriting something, trying to build, how much are you, there's the current guys and how do we optimize what we got going on right now compared to, hey, we're still working to build towards something. So we're going to try and mold things in a new direction.
Well, I've said often about this year is really about building our identity. So we're going to play to that identity. And, Doug Christie and I are very much aligned on that. I think you've seen an early indication of how we're going to play in Summer League in terms of extending the floor defensively and allowing that type of effort and energy to create offensive opportunities and to be able to play faster offensively off of an attacking defense, a swarming type defense. So that part is what we want to establish, how we want to play, and the guys on the roster, we're confident we'll buy into that, and we'll continue as we watch and evaluate to make whatever necessary adjustments to the roster that we need to.
Yeah. And that full court pressure you're seeing out here, there's also defensive positional versatility, especially with the rookies you're seeing here. It feels like positions in general get a little bit muddied in the modern NBA. Like I'm curious, like when you're talking about needing a point guard with Dennis Schroeder, right? I think people have in their mind what a traditional point guard is, but is there, I guess, like, do you have a definition for that sort of role? Or are you more so looking for, hey, we need a distributor, we need this specific skill set?
No, look, the point guard position, even though it has evolved and how some of the guys play it, still to me requires a lot of leadership and really a coach on the floor mentality and understanding of not only his role, but all of the other players on the floor to be able to see the game, make decisions, when to push it, maybe when to slow it up a little bit. He also is the initiator of your defense because oftentimes he's going to be matched up with the primary ball handler for most teams. So that is still the position is still hugely important. Even though how it's played may have evolved some, you still can't run away from the leadership that it requires. That's why we went out and got a guy like Schroeder, who has exhibited that leadership, but he also exhibits that toughness. He's a fearless competitor and playing the position. And that personality, should resonate amongst his teammates and allow us, again, to start creating the style of play that we want to be known for in Sacramento.
Yeah. And then when you look at positions sort of 2 to 4 there as well, that feels like where there's a lot of interchangeability in today's league. How much do you differentiate all of them, or just, you need to be able to match up with what the other team's got out there?
Look, obviously you got to be able to have some size to match up with different teams because the league is constantly getting bigger. So that's going to be important. It's great, like you said, to be able to be versatile and guard 2 through 4 or 1 through 4 allows your team to switch defensively effectively. And so I'm just excited about it. Again, I need to see the full roster together playing. Right. So before I get too much into the weeds and talking about, what we look like, I've seen this team from afar for the most part. And so I'm anxious for training camp to start and see Doug and his staff put their imprint on this group and get them to play, the Sacramento way, if you will, moving forward.
Absolutely. And last thing I got for you, Scott, just how has this process been for you? Is it fun to take over a new team? You got, like you mentioned, you're learning everybody, trying to turn things in a new direction. Is it an enjoyable process for you? A little stressful?
No, it's awesome. I really enjoy coming into a new situation. Obviously, I had some, a little bit of familiarity with the community, obviously with the Vivek ownership and some of the people that worked here. So that made it even easier for me to come in and get adjusted a little faster. But I enjoy the building process and building something and making it, something that can become successful in the near future. So every morning I wake up happy about that. And I have a lot of good people that are working with me because you can't do it alone. That's the most, my staff, and you'll hear me say this often, the staff is what makes or breaks, leadership or, success. And I've, we're assembling an excellent front office staff as we have with the coaching staff, and the support staff in the building is awesome. And so that culture and those 6 things, that applies to that group as well too. It's not just to the players. And so that's what makes me most excited, just getting everybody together and everybody buying in to build something that we hope is going to be special.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it, man. I know the city of Sacramento's excited, man.
All right.
All right. Brenden Nunes, who we're going to talk to in about 40 minutes, will join us as our Sactown Sports Kings insider, one of them with Frankie and Chris Watkins. I hope you guys enjoyed that for several reasons. The one, if you're just listening in the car or an app or smart speaker, whatever the audio, that was all important information. But even just the YouTube version to see the two guys sitting down there, but the interspersing of highlights and different pictures, I just thought that was really, really well done. So great job, guys. Good interview, Brenden. And I think the takeaways for me
was okay.
The takeaways for me, listening to what Scott Perry had to say, I thought it was very interesting about what he said, the characteristics that he's been looking for, right? We know his bullet points of his identity of the team he wants this to be, and he's talking about he wants players that are competitive, that are tough team-oriented, tough, professionals, accountable, discipline. And when he was referring to that, obviously I think he felt all the characteristics of the guys he's drafted. I think he felt that was going on with a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who he added to this team. But as far as some of the guys that are already here, he was quick to point out that he feels like a guy like DeMar DeRozan has those traits. And, put in the right situation, in the right winning formula, I think this can all work. But the question is this the right winning formula? And it has felt like a team to me the last year or so that certainly, the last year they went through so much transition and disarray with firing of Mike Brown, trading of De'Aaron Fox, other moves, and then now a general manager change. So you've got a little bit of a different philosophy going into the season, but I still think the talent is there. It's fitting the pieces in the right way. And that's the question. History has shown us that a Levine-DeRozan backcourt / 2-3 is good, not great. And it showed that here. Now with a different point guard in Schroeder, when the Kings, what would it have looked like with a kind of a true point guard at the end of last year? I don't know. I think we could look at Chicago when they had those two guys and they had Lonzo Ball. That's when they played their best. When they didn't have that situation, they weren't as good. So I think that's one of the things you have to look at. And speaking of the point guard spot, he was, Brenden asked about that, about kind of the characteristics or what he's looking for in a point guard. Because look, this team needed one. It was very public about it. They added Schroeder. And I still think there isn't truly another what we would deem in the classic version in terms of point guard on the roster. Maybe Isaiah Stevens would be the closest, and he's, a two-way guy in the sense of you're looking at Keon, Malik, Neek, Carter. And when he was talking about what he looks for in a point guard, he gave these qualities. And he said, look, there's a sense of leadership to the position. There's a sense of being a coach on the floor mentality. There's a sense of being the initiator of the defense and being able to, set up players and find out what's best for everybody. And so when I think about that and go back to a guy like Devin Carter, who they've played some point in this summer league, and I think at times has shown flashes, but I would still, if we kind of, labeled it in one direction, I would say I don't think that's the position that best suits him. And because if you look at this, I would say the best area that he checks off that box would be he's initiator of the defense. Like he could set the tone defensively by playing point, by guarding the other point guard, by disrupting, by being physical. the way he plays defensively, I think, can be contagious and help as a defensive point guard in that sense. But offensively, I just don't think it fits him the best. Leadership, that to me is either something that's kind of in you or not, and still kind of looking for traits of that in Carter. Being able to be a coach on the floor, I think his instincts get to him, kind of, he's been able to make his way to this level by kind of just playing and finding his own, not in a selfish way, but, guys create their own shots. There's a skill to that. Not everybody can do that, but you like the ones that can create their own shot while consistently helping others because of the pressure you put on defenses. So I think he's still trying to find that happy medium, even some tweaks to his ball handling. But I thought all in all, interesting conversation. Interesting to hear from the general manager. I mean, he's very, very public. He's sat down with lots of people in Las Vegas. We've had him on multiple times on this show, and I think we're going to have him on a lot during the season. I think he's going to be one that's going to be very front-facing for fans. They're going to hear from him a lot, whether you like that or not. I just think that's who he is. He's been in the media. He's very social, very friendly, and not afraid to say things on air. So he'll probably do some things. You have to do some protecting of your roster, of your coaches, and not say everything. But he does say stuff that gets you to know what he's feeling, what he wants, and as he gave his criteria of what he wants Kings basketball to be like, I think we all are going to learn that pretty quickly, of those kind of 6 key points. And those are all very, very important to him. So if you can check as many of those boxes, that's the type of player he's going to try to get on the Sacramento Kings. All right, still to come. Who's hot and who's not? We'll go streaking. And college football is almost here, and some for calling it for being a way to fix it. We'll tell you who that is and what their idea is. That is next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for your Second Opinion partners, American Energy Heating and Air. Here's what they're asking from you. Not much. If you're working with another HVAC company, not a problem. If you called them, if you got some sort of an estimate, just call American Energy. Let them come out. Let them check out the problem. You might be surprised. You might find you don't need all those repairs. But if you do, even a replacement for your air conditioning unit, just let them give you their price. Odds are you're going to find that you're saving a lot of money and a lot of peace of mind, because you are working with a company that's been around since 1981, that has an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and will save you money and will guarantee their work. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Don't trust me. Go to Google, go to Yelp, read the reviews, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com to get your second opinion. Jingle singers, here you go.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Hagen Oaks Cutting Edge Putter Fitting Studio offers you more technology, more choices, and more service. Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. With $30,000 worth of state-of-the-art technology ready for your fitting, Hagen Oaks will help you make your best putting stroke while finding the best putter design, shape, hosel, length, and loft for your game. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for more.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
The summer sales out at Maida Chevy. Save $4,250 off MSRP. Every new Colorado Z71, ZR2, and Trail Boss in stock. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Must be current Costco Gold Star Business or Exempted member. Can't be combined with other offers.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Hopefully you enjoyed our conversation that we had there. That was Brenden Nunes and Kings General Manager Scott Perry. Anything you ever miss on our shows, all you have to do is go back to our YouTube page. You can go to sactownsports.com as well, and shows or podcasts. You'll be able to hear all the interviews or all parts of the shows when you want, kind of on demand. It's a great setup for our present day and age. Like, we want what we want when we want it. So it is all out there for you. Brenden Nunes, who did that interview, will join us in about 30 minutes, get his perspective on where the Kings are now, which is the Final Four. They have made it to the semifinals of the Summer League. They were in that tournament last four. And they'll play Toronto tomorrow. If they win, they advance. And it's Charlotte and OKC in the other side of the bracket. So, again, my stance on it, the players are trying to win. They've made this a goal. They've been very open about it. They want the ring. They want a title. So go for it. I'm all in with them. I want what they want. And I'm happy that they are achieving some of these goals that are along the way. There may be bigger and grander goals for individuals in the team in the future. But right now, this is what they're locked in on, and so far, so good. Good job by those members of the Sacramento Kings Summer League squad. We were talking earlier, quickly, before we get into our college football topic here, about people that if you needed one hit to stay alive, who would you put in the batter's box? And we've had a couple mentions of Barry Bonds. 916 then adds Bonds is not a good pick because he would get intentionally walked. I guess that's true. We didn't get to the semantics. Is it whether you get a hit or get on base? I don't know, but the odds of that would probably increase if you had Bonds, if it's just getting on base for the question. All right, so college football is almost here, and along with college football, college sports in general is going through a transformation unlike that we have seen in years. I mean, it is from conference realignment to NIL to just about anything now is available, it seems, for college athletes. And for better or for worse, I'm sure you can make arguments a little bit on each side, but it does seem like we're in a period of chaos. That's probably the way I would best deem this, as far as look locally here. Sacramento State very publicly has been talking about their desires to move football to the FBS level. They do have some NIL money. They have been spending it. We're seeing, I mean, if you're driving around town, you're seeing more advertising for the Hornets. They've been on the front page of any website, sports site, ESPN, or even on the scroll, on the ticker for ESPN, more than all the years I've been working over there with the team than I can remember. And it's, you know, what Coach Marion is doing and what he's building up, the recruits they've been able to bring in, to have Mike Bibby and Shaquille O'Neal. It is just all giving a ton of attention to Sacramento State. And now the mystery is, can they back it up? And for example, calling their football games the last couple of years. You had that great run under Troy Taylor, 3 straight Big Sky championships. They had an undefeated year, one of the 2 seed going into the postseason. Just some amazing playoff trips. Andy Thompson the next year took them to the playoffs again. Then last year, they had a really rough year. They won 3 games. So 3 games wasn't acceptable for anybody there, but they do, after Andy Thompson left, they get a coaching change. And now based on, 1, Coach Marion, 2, to their credit, based on the roster overhaul, the amount of FCS players that have transferred, more so the amount of FBS players that have transferred there. It's a new team, and the new team so much to the point that they were 3 wins last year. And the preseason top 25 came out, and they were 13 in one of the polls. They haven't played a game, and they won 3 games last year, and people think that highly of their recruiting class and the coach and so on and so forth. So that makes me excited to watch college sports, college football, and Sac State football. So in all of that, in this time of chaos like that, there's uncertainty. The Hornets are trying to go up a level. Where do they go? Which conference, which league? Do they go independent? They're leaving the Big Sky. What's next? FCS independent. So there's a little bit of an unknowing situation here for the Hornets, but also for other teams and other people. And all part of it, I think, is because of the massive amount of change. So does it need to be saved? Does it need to be fixed? Does it need to be corralled? I think the problem right now is who is running this. It feels like each individual league and league president kind of has a huge say. Each university AD or general manager or school president can kind of, I don't want to say go rogue, but, work on some ideas and then say, oh yeah, all along we wanted to go into the Atlantic 10 conference. And so we here at this school are moving on to that league. And so the chaos, in chaos, there's opportunity, but this opportunity for the individuals and NIL money and for the universities for conference realignment and other things they are looking for, we kind of are losing a little bit seemingly of the control. And so without really a lot of people overseeing this, even though you would think the NCAA, but the NCAA also has their overall concerns and ways that they're working things, and maybe not a lot of control and stopping university from, let's say, trying to change leagues and change conferences. But with all that said, we have our president, Donald Trump, who now wants to do an executive order to kind of fix and control college athletics. I don't mind the idea. I don't mind the premise, excuse me. I'm never really a fan of government getting involved, and the less government can get involved, I think the better, because we already know then there you're going to, split ties and ideas. And think about rivalries in college football. You basically have rivalries in government, whether it's the different parties, the different, agendas. And so I don't know. And those that are kind of more involved in the college football realm and are saying they don't know anything about an executive order. So is this more talk than substance? But, people have suggested, let's say, for example, for Alabama University, one of the great football programs for the last a few decades, and say, hey, look, almost like the NFL or other leagues where you say there's going to be a salary cap for NIL. Okay, I don't hate the idea, but what's the number? Does everybody live there? I mean, I feel like that's where you're going to get a huge disparity. Even if we have that already, I would assume schools like Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, USC, Michigan would have more disposable money because of their sponsors, boosters, their past success than Kentucky for football, Purdue, UTEP, other teams that are also playing Division I sports that aren't getting the same kind of financial dollars. That's the way it's always been, but now do we need someone to control that? I don't know, but I just think where we are in college sports, I don't know. I know, Chris, you hate all the idea of kind of all this, just more people making more money, or the wrong people maybe. I just don't know where this is all going to go and what even the next level, next step, maybe less of government getting involved, but even if the NCAA tries to set some regulations here, it seems like we're definitely in this chaotic moment that I don't know what the other side's going to look like.
None of this is to make the sport better. None of this is to help the quote student athlete. This is just to take power away from the athletes.
Well, isn't there some help to the student athlete, financial help though, in the NIL?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the reason why all these coaches have a problem with the NIL is because, they could just leave whenever they want. Well,
right.
Coaches can leave whenever they want.
Yeah, and to my understanding, NIL, name, image, and likeness, kind of started behind the thought of, all right, Chris, you're at Sac State. You're the best player Sac State has ever had, and you wear number 16. You're the quarterback, and all of a sudden in the team store around school, everybody's wearing 16, whether it has your name on the back or not. And it's like, well, I'm wearing this because we had the best player in college football. It was Chris Verlaud. He's representing Sac State. I'm Sac State. I loved watching him play. And at that point, it felt like, man, the university is kind of utilizing Chris as a great player for the university. And in my mind, okay, I could get behind that where I go, look, probably Chris should get some of that. That's cool. But now it's turned into, forget all that. But Chris, I want you to come to our, now you're not even at my school yet. I want you to come here. I don't care if we're selling your jerseys, but I have to pay you to come to my school. And it's like, how did we get to that stage?
But all of that is to protect the huge money that they're bringing in from television.
Right. And the more money of all these other schools that it's like, yeah, it's okay. We got to get these players because we're making way more than this over here. Just don't pay attention to this pot. We're comfortable giving Chris and the offensive lineman and this receiver and a few other people this. It is a massive business. I'm glad in one sense that I think football or league commissioners, football people, college entities, the NCAA is getting more and more away from like, hey, it's just college sports. They get a tuition, they get scholarships, they get books. Yeah, they do, but they're getting more. And like they're trying to pretend, they used to try to pretend that it was more authentic that way. It's a business. And now I don't think they're hiding from it. But now that it's a business, it's always been a little shady. It's just those lines are getting very, very muddy.
No one is telling these universities to bring in these billion-dollar TV contracts.
Right.
They want it.
Right.
They want the money.
Yeah.
But they don't want to share it.
Right. And that is
with the people that are bringing them the money.
Right. And that is one of the bigger reasons, much like we talked about NBA expansion the other day with like, hey, look, it seems like a great idea. 32 teams make sense. The sport is growing, more chances, more opportunity, more jobs, blah, blah, blah. But then the 30 owners go, wait, if we're splitting the pie amongst 30, that's pretty good. We're splitting it amongst 32. It's not as good. So we're back to the greed. That's a little bit why Sac State's having such a hard time. One of the reasons, amongst others, of moving up. That's their desire. But all the other people are going, why are we adding an FCS team to our FBS pool of people? Because then we have to share with another university. People don't like to share. Always share. Good things happen when you share. All right, when we come back, who's hot, who's not? And since baseball is back, we're going to go streaking again. We'll make our picks. That is coming up next on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business, whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app. so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Nighttime is fun time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying technology, where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks, compete against your friends in a variety of games, or just practice at your leisure. There's food when you're hungry from hangout eats and drinks, or enjoy a beverage on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And check out the summer-long free concert schedule. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until midnight, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon Stainless Steel grills, simply the best.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not? It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Okay. Well, you heard it there. Who's hot, who's not? Chris, let's start with who's hot today.
Very simple. Who's hot and who's not. The Detroit Tigers. We're talking about the second half of the MLB season. And hey, who's got the best record in baseball? The Detroit Tigers?
The New York Yankees.
Nope, not the Yankees.
Oh, the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, the Detroit Tigers.
So they're hot. But are they going to stay hot? What are they?
57 and 39. The Yankees aren't even the best team in the AL East.
Details.
They're also tied for the third longest losing streak in the AL East.
Right now?
Yeah.
Active?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Tigers open up the second half of their season today at 5:05 in Texas at Globe Life Field against the Rangers.
Oh, that's where All In was.
It was? At Globe Life Field?
That's where they had the Texas death match.
Mm.
That people will talk about for decades.
Was there a death?
No.
Oh. I mean, it's in your title that it's a Texas death match and there's
You want
no
someone
death?
to kill somebody?
I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's like, I'm going to the NBA game. Well, it's a game. They don't say someone will die at the end of this.
Oh, you've never seen sudden death hockey?
I have.
Oh, you have? Was there a death there?
It's someone's spirit.
Oh.
Is that what happened in the death match?
Yeah.
Who won the death match?
Hangman Adam Page.
Of course he did.
Still waiting on my shirt, AEW.
Huh. Well, you're really upset with AEW. I mean, like, what's the deal? That should have been here already, right?
I'm not upset. It's not late.
It's not early.
I'm just anxious.
When did you order this?
July 10th.
It's been a little over a week.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe by Monday.
I hope so.
All right. So they are hot. Speaking of the Tigers, who is not?
How about you take this one for a whirl?
I'm not going to. I don't know where you're going to go. The Rockies?
Hey, good job.
Hey, thanks.
The Rockies are 22 and 74. They are only 35 and a half games back of first place in the NL West. But bright side, they're only 30 games back in the wild card.
22 and 74. 96. Let's see here. I'm doing some quick math, which I'm struggling with. Okay. So, Chris, here's the question for you with these struggling Rockies. When you asked me to take a spin, I was like, oh, he's doing something with the Yankees. But then I realized, no, wait, it's probably the Rockies. Okay. Here is today's question on the who's not. So the Rockies are 22-74. If they win out, that's 66 wins in a row. That gets them to 88. Well, I think they would make the playoffs, but I don't think they'd win the division. The Dodgers would have to only win 29 games the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers would be safe.
Dodgers would still win the division.
You would not want to play that Rockies team, though.
Winners of 66 in a row. If they won out, would they be the favorite? How could they not be?
Yeah.
From being one of the worst teams historically, this is like a movie stuff, like they got superpowers or something. Like something magical happened for them to win 66 in a row. Okay, if you were a Rockies fan, which I don't know which two of you are, would you accept a season where you were 22-74, somehow won 66 in a row, and lost in your first round of the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. I'd take that in a second.
That 66, like when you get to the A's got to 20 in baseball, like 10 in baseball is a ton. If you're doing something that, like you would be historically one of the most famous teams of all time, and it didn't have to end in a World Series. I don't think we have to worry about it, considering we had a question earlier, will they lose 100 games before they win 30? 22-74. That definitely makes them not hot. All right. Sorry, Rockies. Just be better, I guess is what we have to say. Division leaders at the moment, Cubs, 1 game clear of the Brewers. Little cushion and behind them, and the Cardinals is 6.5. Dodgers, 5.5 clear of the Padres. Giants begin the day 6 back of the West's top spot. Phillies and Mets, good race. Phillies in first. Mets just a half game back. I don't think the Marlins will be much of a factor in that. If we go to the American League, we start with the East. Good division here because you have 4 teams above 500, and the Orioles were thought to be a good team, but they've been disappointing. Tampa's 5.5 out, but they're in 4th. Red Sox 3 out. Yankees 2 out. And the Blue Jays, after that great win streak, currently in 1st. And the Central, Chris mentioned the Tigers. They're the only one above 500, and they are 11.5 games ahead of the Twins. And then the last division is the Astros leading the Mariners by 5 games. Rangers right and Angels right about 500, and the A's bringing up the rear 16 games back. All right, that's who's hot, and that's who's not. All right, it is time to go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking. All right, we pick a player a day. If the player gets a hit, we hit a hitting streak. We move on. We just can't pick that player again. We are not on very impressive streaks at the moment. We had them, but they are long gone. Dave is at a 1-game hitting streak, and he took Mookie Betts last. Chris, you took Jackson Holiday. You're on a 1-game hitting streak, so you can't pick Holiday. I'm at 0. So
It was great.
thanks, Will.
Well, interesting.
Who was it?
That is Fred Armisen.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Uh-huh.
That's not Will Forte?
No.
In that scene?
Yeah.
Wait, play it again.
It was great.
What character is he playing?
Fred Armisen's best character ever.
Riley?
Yeah.
You know what he sounds like? I thought it was Will Forte when he's pitching the San Francisco roller coaster or whatever that thing. That's who he sounds like to me. That's Fred Armisen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that you mentioned that, let me see if I could find.
Yeah, you've got the one clip just as a little sound comparison. And it's probably me because in my head, every time that's ever played, I thought it was Will Forte. So it's hard for me to change it. And then once I hear I kind of hear it, but it's just been ingrained in my head that it was Will Forte all this time.
Your trolleys are stupid. They make you look like a child.
Yeah. But he's not yelling, this was great. It just that does sound like it was something Will Forte would say.
It was great.
You don't hear it a little bit?
No.
Okay. It's a stretch.
Well, yeah. See, like he went in not knowing what it is. So.
Yeah, and you know what it is and knew who it was all along. All right, so Dave, I'm proud of Dave in this sense. He took Mookie Betts, and normally when I ask him, hey, we have a streak pick, I probably asked him about 2 segments ago. He hasn't responded, Chris. He hasn't been on the YouTube as much. Dave, I hope you're enjoying the last day of your 2-week vacation. Good for you. So he will probably submit something later. We will submit that for today's streak pick for him. Since I'm at 0, I can select anybody from the field, and everybody is playing today. But I'm going to go to the city of Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, I should say. The city of Arizona. The city of Phoenix, Arizona, Chase Field. I'm going to take the visitor, St. Louis Cardinals, and my pick is All-Star Brendan Donovan. Will be my pick. Chris, you can take anybody but Jackson Holiday.
Gross.
I am going to take Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson.
All-Star Jacob Wilson.
All-Star starting shortstop Jacob Wilson as he begins his journey in the second half in Cleveland against the Guardians. All right, there you go. We've gone streaking. We've done it. We completed it. We're proud of it. Again, to recap our first half stats, we're keeping the numbers. Dave is batting .257, 16 home runs, 42 RBI. I get him an all-star nod. I'm batting .273 with 12 home runs and 47 RBI. And Chris, at one point, was the show leader in batting averages, down to .237 with 10 homers and 36.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
Yeah, it was great. Gets me every time. All right, final hour ahead. We do have Friday fun and games. We will have celebrity birthdays. What's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. But up next, Sactown Sports Insider Brenden Nunes will join us, and that is next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121. Are you thinking about buying a new car? Well, maybe you're on the fence. Let me help you out. Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the first time I stepped into the MP of Stockton showroom, I knew I made the right choice. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV. It's comfortable, stylish, and most importantly, it's safe. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. It's just a short drive down I-5 or anytime at mbfstockton.com.
This summer, the heat keeps coming on the Sactown Sports Live events calendar. Kicking off when Third Eye Blind and Neon Trees light up the stage on July 25th at the venue at Thunder Valley. Then head up to the lake for not one, but 2 nights with Old Dominion, August 1st and 2nd at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic. And come right back up August 17th for Glass Animals. On August 21st, flash back to your favorite decade with Lost 80s Rewind featuring Flock of Seagulls at Thunder Valley Resort and Casino. Then, get weird with the one and only Weird Al Yankovic live at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on August 24th. On August 29th, Japanese Breakfast takes the stage at the all-new Channel 24 music venue in downtown Sacramento. And don't miss the legendary Darius Rucker bringing the country heat to the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on September 13th. For tickets and more details, keep it right here on Sactown Sports or visit sactownsports.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. The Open Championship Leaderboard Update is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Currently at the British Open, American Brian Harman, he is in the lead at 8 under par. Haotong Lee is also tied for first. He's also at 8 under par. And then tied at third is Matt Fitzpatrick and Scotty Scheffler, both at 6 under par. And tied for fifth is Robert McIntyre, Rasmus Højgaard, Tyrell Hatton, and Harris English. And now, I think Jason has a River Cats report.
The River Cats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The River Cats Report.
The River Cats Report is here, and they are back in action, starting a 9-game homestand tonight for the Cats. Get your chance out there. Go see them. It's a Smud Friday Orange, Smud Friday day tonight. Tomorrow, you've got Star Wars night. How about that? Sunday Fun Day. You know how to get your tickets. Go out there and support the River Cats, support the AAA Giants. It's always a good time out there, and they begin their next portion of the schedule. They have their little break, too. So, look, baseball is back. River Cats in action. Check them out. Weekend series. Should be good weekend weather. Get out there, enjoy them. And that is your Sacramento River Cats report. All right.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. Final hour of the week. As we continue to roll along, Carmichael Davis back next week, but you see him live from Las Vegas. The guy's been working so hard. He's exceeded the normal number of days anyone needs to be in Las Vegas. Brenden Nunes, our Sactown Sports Kings insider. Brenden, how you holding up in Las Vegas after day probably feels like day 45?
Yeah, I don't even know what day we're on, Jason. It would have been Tuesday, so I guess exactly over. I don't know. A week and a half. Who knows how long it's been? Like you said, it's definitely been long enough, but it's been productive out here. And honestly, the Kings gave me a reason to even consider staying longer. I won't be doing that because I have had my fair share. I'm getting out of here today. But productive trip, I would say, for us and for the Kings.
Yeah, we just had a chance last hour to air your interview. You sat down, and that was yesterday with Scott Perry. And really good job by you, by Chris, by just everybody producing it. But
why, thank you.
No, the other Chris.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
All of the above.
All of the above. That's right. But you talked to him. I'm sure there was some off air, before and after. But just I'd be curious about your takeaway from your conversation with Scott Perry.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing for me was focusing around that identity, those 6 things that Scott Perry is constantly mentioning. I was going to in my head, but I think I also had here, so we may as well not go with the risk. But that is being team-oriented, that's disciplined, professional, accountable, competitive, tough. He's looking for all of these things. You hear him say in every single interview that Scott Perry does. So I really kind of wanted to dive into how he got to those 6 cores. And obviously there's the basketball side of all of this as well. I think one of the things that stood out to me was I kind of asked him about how he feels about positionless basketball. And you'll notice he even chuckles a little bit when I first asked him, and he's like, yeah, I guess that's true. Like, almost made me think that he has more of an idea of positions than what I think a lot of the modern NBA currently does, but acknowledged the need for size. I think there's certain things that you gotta kind of read between the lines a little bit, like sounded a little bit non-committal to Devin in my mind. Wasn't the most glowing when it came to talking about him, but obviously loves the rookies, and not exactly surprising considering he picked some of them and inherited others.
Yeah, and that was one of my takeaways from the conversation, because I think when you're new, I mean, you obviously want to have your fingerprints on your team, and his opportunity to have his fingerprints were on the draft. I think we will get into those guys in the free agency a little bit with Schroeder and Eubanks and different people that have come over via trade or whatnot. But then it was when you kind of asked him about like those qualities that he's looking for, but he jumped right in and said like DeMar has it. And that to me kind of stood out, because I think we're seeing the characteristics that he's looking for play out, Brendan, right now in the current team. And that's great. And I want them to get this championship if that's what they desire. But what's really going to matter is if the big club can start to materialize some of these characteristics. So I thought that was interesting that he spotlighted DeMar. And now I want to see if some of this stuff can carry over to the veterans of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. He could just be talking up DeMar a little bit, because all accounts, he does check all of those boxes. I don't know about you, Jason, but I haven't heard any bad things about DeMar DeRozan as a person, as a teammate, as a player. Sure, there might be some on-court things and questionable ways that he fits, because the other part of this is, Coach Depeche Mystery out here, and Scott has said the same in that interview, that the defensive identity and that orientation that they have here in Summer League, picking up full court defense, turning into offense, that's what they want to do at the Sacramento level. So it's kind of funny, while DeMar checks all the boxes for what they want as a person, as a leader, it doesn't really fit stylistically. But I think that he made it very clear, he has in all of his interviews, and I would say even more so yesterday when I talked to him, that the identity is priority number one going into next year. And obviously you like to win games in the process, but I think the reality is this team's not making it to the Western Conference Finals next year, bearing some miracle. So DeMar does help you build a culture. He helps these young players that you're bringing in. He's good for a Nick Clifford to learn from, as Scott Perry pointed to. So, I don't think it necessarily means that DeMar's completely off the table, but I always thought when Scott was going down this list, I'm like, hey, DeMar checks every box, and he said as much yesterday.
Yeah, and I think the spot, my personal thought, I'd love your opinion on this, as we're talking to Brenden Nunes, our Sactown Sports Kings insider, who's live in Las Vegas. That popular, I think popular belief, Brendan, is that the roster's kind of broken and doesn't have enough to it. And that might be true to an extent, but I actually think there are more assets here than people are giving them credit for. But clearly it hasn't gelled to a consistently winning team that Monty wanted or that Scott Perry would want. So with that being said, logic told all of us, like, look, with this crowded backcourt, with some of these veterans, with Scott wanting to probably retool the team, there's going to be a ton of movement. And I think because of the offseason and the second apron and all this stuff that everybody's fearing, I'm resigning myself that this is going to be closer to this team to start the season. And the true movement that he can maybe get to might be during the season. You've been out there. You've heard from others. What's your kind of read on where and how active? I mean, I'm sure the Kings are wanting to be active, but how plausible that actually will be for them.
Yeah, I think it's hard to figure out the value with some of these top guys. Obviously, I think you could say this is the case with anybody, but it's very team dependent in how they may value guys. But I think that's even more so the case with who Sacramento has on the top of this roster. If we're talking about DeMar, I think it takes a team, a deadline move does make sense to me, where a team is like, hey, we just really need one more scorer. Like maybe Denver at the deadline is looking like, man, we just need one more thing, just throwing a name out there. I know they were interested in Zach LaVine previously too, when they ended up trading Michael Porter. I think that Zach LaVine was somebody that they considered, maybe even before he came to Sacramento. So things could reemerge when it comes to that stuff. But I think right now, a lot of signs point towards them having a lot of flexibility in 2027. That's when I believe Zach's contract comes off the books. DeMar has a partial guarantee for that season. So I think that points to where a lot of their flexibility is. And in the meantime, I think you're going to see Scott Perry, and I'm going to steal his wording here, but be patient but prudent. And I would caution people that this is also what Monty McNair sounded like. And maybe caution is the wrong word, because I think you have to be patient. It's just a very tough scenario to play out in the modern NBA, because the reality is you're probably not going to be great in the meantime until you figure out how to rework the top of this roster. But I think that Scott's going to stay active in trying to do so. It just doesn't seem like there's the most value for those guys around the league right now. So you wait out and see. Maybe getting a point guard like Dennis Schroeder helps rekindle value some of these guys. But I think they're going to keep trying. And worst case, a lot of these come off the books in 2027.
Yeah, I would ask you about Dennis Schroeder. I mean, obviously this guy's been in the league. He's bounced around a lot, had like a weird year last year where he was great with Brooklyn, but that was a bad team. For whatever reason, goes to the Warriors, a team like it seems like makes everybody better, but that didn't work. And then finishes in Detroit and is a successful part of their bench. It was a guy, this wasn't a mystery, Brendan. He had been linked to the Kings for a while. They got their guy. I know there were other choices possibly out there, but what do you think about the decision to go with Schroeder as likely the point guard of the at least near future for this team?
I don't think there were very many great options this offseason, to be honest, when it comes to who was out there in free agency. Maybe you could have gone with some trades, like if you wanted to go in the Drew Holiday direction. I personally think that just causes more problems. Like we're just talking about the top of this roster already being a little bit heavy and unbalanced. I don't think they were ready for something like that. I think committing assets to a Malcolm Brogdon probably isn't the smartest direction for this team. I think Dennis Schroeder is better than a Trey Jones or Tyus Jones personally. And Scott Perry, as I'm sure you guys heard when you aired the interview, just talked about how important having a leader is at that point guard position. And I think Dennis does a great job of setting the tone on both ends of the floor. He plays with a lot of pace. I'd expect that's something they're going to get back to, that full court pressure. Scott highlighted yesterday, he's not just the leader, the point guard being, and obviously that's Dennis's role here, not just the leader offensively, but defensively. He's the one setting the tone with ball pressure on opposing point guards. So I think that, again, it just goes back to what Scott Perry is going to point at what feels like every single time coming into this season is that identity. And he thinks that Dennis Schroeder plays into that. It's going to be tough. I think they're going to play fast. I think they're going to pick up full court. And again, he definitely thinks Dennis plays into that. And while I don't think Dennis is a phenomenal player necessarily, I think he's a good short-term stopgap, and you're not committing that much with the third year being a partial guarantee.
So I want to bounce back to kind of that thought, that premise that he addressed with Dennis Schroeder, and back to what you had mentioned earlier, Brendan, about maybe his lukewarm feeling of Devin Carter. Because when I look at what he was saying about Schroeder, about the leadership, about me being another coach on the floor, and what you just said, the initiator of the defense, I feel like that last one, Devin Carter can check that box. But the other two, watching him in Vegas, I just don't think that's his position. He's admitted it, hasn't played a lot of point. I don't think that's a crime on him. I just think if he's on this roster, he needs to be that combo guard off ball that will handle it some, but not really the point guard. What's your thoughts on how Carter's looked and what his future might be with this team?
Yeah, on the point guard thing specifically, I think it's really tough for him. I don't think that he really is a point guard. Like you said, he would tell you as much, that he never played point guard throughout his career. And so that's tough for a guy that I think he's listed at 6'3". Honestly, Jason, you've been around him. I think that might even be a little kind, to be honest. There's some guys that are a little bit taller, some guys a little shorter. I would say like Neek is somebody that feels a little bit taller. Devin feels a little bit shorter, which makes it tough if you're talking about this defensive versatility and you want him to be able to play the two. I think it could be there. There's a good wingspan. There's a 42-inch vertical that I can't help but keep mentioning. Same vertical as Malik Monk. He can get up quick. That's where you see him make an impact on the glass. I think you even see a little bit of rim protection at times from Devin. So Scott said as much, essentially, that he was drafted for his defense, which, I can't help but read into what that may mean about his offense, but the defense is definitely there. So I think there's a baseline. It's just going to be about putting together a healthy stretch for Devin here. Obviously missed a lot of the start of his rookie season. In some of these games, I think it was, obviously game 1, he struggled with things. He talked about it. Game 2, he has 30 when he's feeling good. Game 3, we're sitting there right by the bench. at one point he comes over and you can see him saying to a trainer, "It hurts bad." So not the most ideal situation for Devin, and I think he still needs to work through those things. But if he can put together a healthy stretch, I think people forget he would have been even higher. He would have been a top 10 draft pick. So the talent is definitely there. Just needs some healthy stretches to be able to piece things together.
So he's one of the guys that was returning. We wanted to see the development he's done. He's had his moments certainly in the summer league. Had a big 30-point game. Isaac Jones also is back. He will be with the team, and more I watch him too. Like he does the things that we've all known and expected, that effort, that energy, the hustle, the rim running, the putbacks, trying the corner three a little bit more, but we've seen his game grow a little bit here. Are there minutes out there, you think, on this squad for Isaac Jones?
I personally don't really think so going into next season. Maybe there's a backup 4 opening. Like I don't think that Dario Saric is somebody that you want to rely on for minutes. So maybe that's the direction that you go in, or I think you probably just go smaller rather than going in Isaac's direction. But I think he does give you some optionality. The idea is that Coach Mystery out here, coach on the summer league team, who was also his developmental coach last season, told him, hey, if you want to get more run, you essentially need to play the 4. And that's why they're working on that corner 3. I still think the optionality of playing the 5 is obviously going to exist. You saw him, I want to say it was their last game. He absolutely destroyed people around the rim, going through people. So that is still definitely there. And I think you're seeing the development. But to me, in my mind, it's going to be one of those, maybe Drew Eubanks isn't cutting it one night, so we're going to go in Isaac's direction. And if he performs in those moments, then maybe he could stick with a rotational spot. But I think he still does kind of have to prove it.
All right, now let's go to the rookies. That's, to me, a lot of what Summer League is about. How do they look? Do they belong? Can you see them on the floor with the big club? And what I saw in person, I'm pretty sure what you've seen in person, if we start with Nick Clifford, I'd say yes, yes, and yes. I mean, I've been very impressed. We heard the Swiss Army knife, the versatility talk about him. I mean, Brendan, every spot he's been in, I would say with the exception of the first half of the first game, I thought he was just a little bit passive. I don't think we've seen that since. He's got the nice combination of letting the game come to him, but also attacking, makes a lot of smart plays, is in the right place. I've been thoroughly impressed with him. I'd love your opinion on what you've seen from Nick so far.
You're definitely not alone. Everybody I talked to out here is super impressed with Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud as well, that I'm sure that we'll get to. But Nick, you see that composure. Obviously this is a guy that they traded up for. He checks every box that Scott Perry is looking for. In that first half of that first game, like you mentioned, he wasn't quite as aggressive, but he says that he's just trying to play the game the right way. And personally, I think that's a good mindset for a rookie to have. Maybe it doesn't lead to the greatest summer league half, but I think that's going to translate well at the NBA level. And I think he's a guy that's going to look even better as the 5th starter on the floor, or maybe he doesn't start, but as the 5th player on the floor, a complementary piece, doing a little bit of everything. I think maybe the most impressive thing to me, obviously there's like the ISO creation itself and how he's able to do that. I think has looked really good, a touch in the mid range, finishing around the rim, but I think he's recognized moments more than anything. That second half of the first game, he comes up big in what was a close performance. Yesterday's game was the close, not yesterday, whatever. All these days get mixed up in Vegas, Jason. Whenever their last game was, game 4, there were a couple moments that felt like where, hey, maybe they're actually going to lose this one, go down 6 to 8 points. And it felt like every time momentum is going in the other team's direction, Nick Clifford took matters into his own hands, got a bucket, or he was setting up for other people. There was great passing in there. I know that Scott Perry mentioned that that was maybe what he's been most impressed with Nick up to this point. And like I mentioned, I think he has good size. Not once have I looked at him and thought, I don't think this guy can play the 3. I think you do have optionality there. Smaller lineups, maybe you're talking a 4. But if Scott Perry doesn't have this positionless basketball, then maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself there. But I think that Nick is a guy that at very least is going to get some good opportunity in year 1. And I personally am probably willing to bet on him making a positive impact.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, again, it's 4 games, but every time it's been impressive, and maybe to your point, even more impressive. And I agree on what you said in the 4th game, because Cleveland came back, Proctor's cooking. It's like, man, they actually might lose, but he identified that, got big plays, made the results, and helped the team win. And in a guy that the versatility part, which is going to help him, I don't know where the majority of his minutes will come, but like honestly, Brenden, I think he can back up the 1. I think he could play 2. He could play 3. Maybe, like you said, in certain situations 4. I think he can guard multiple positions. So I don't see how he's not on the floor. I just don't know where and when, but I just see there's got to be minutes for this guy.
I would say so. I don't think that the Kings have the greatest depth on their current roster. That's something that Scott Perry mentioned yesterday when they were building out that Pistons team, that depth was maybe one of the most important things to them. And obviously times have changed in the NBA, but I think that you've continued to see that be really important. A 8-9 man rotation that you can rely on consistently is important in the modern NBA. And the Kings are cutting it a little close, I think, to that 8-9 line. So ideally, it almost feels like you are betting on Nick Clifford becoming one of those guys. And maybe this is how you strike the balance of, I see some Kings fans being like, I just want Devin Carter, Keon Ellis, Nick Clifford, Keegan Murray, and Maxime Reynaud to start next year. I don't think we're going to go that extreme, but maybe you're just willing to work through some of the growing pains with Nick throughout this season as well.
All right. How about Maxime Reynaud? Also has fared very well out there, and you can still see there's more to grow for him. That's encouraging. Leadership, all the quality Scott's looking for seems to be there. Booming voice we hear throughout the gym. What have you liked and seen from Maxine so far?
Everything, to be honest. I think that Max, everybody knew Nick was really good. I think that Max seems to have been the surprising one that even more people are kind of talking about. Nick's name definitely continues to float around, but a lot of people I've talked to are like, who's this kid, by the way? And he's looked really, really good. I think he's better than the 42nd pick he was selected at. It seemed like he wanted to go to Sacramento. Jason, you had a great sit down with him that picked apart his brain a little bit with all that. But I think when you got a 7-1 guy that can put the ball on the deck, can shoot at that rate. I just talked to his college coach, who actually coached Isaac Jones as well, came over from Washington State last season at Stanford. And he was like, I was telling NBA players, like, bet on this guy. He said he thinks he's more Lauri Markkanen than Luke Cornett. And maybe it's like a bigger Kelly Olynyk, but there's a lot there. And maybe he can play the 4. I think offensively, he definitely can play the 4. It's going to be about what he can do defensively. And being a guy that was the leading scorer for Stanford last year, he really wasn't even supposed to commit that much to the defensive end because he couldn't get in foul trouble. He was too important. Now you're a backup big in the NBA. Defense is going to be one of the most important things. Super smart guy. He told you he loves calling out defensive coverages just to agitate the other team. Computer science major, math minor, education was important to him. Skydiver, apparently, Jason. So I think he checks all the boxes that Scott wants from the intangibles, and you can't help but be interested in a 7-1 guy with all those tools offensively.
Yeah, and I know the other day he was mic'd and wired for sound, and he said this in post games. I think other people have said it. I've appreciated, Brenden, the drive of the team, that they're clearly on a goal and a mission to win the Summer League championship. Like I've said on the show multiple times, in the end, is it that big of a deal to win the Summer League? Probably not. But to this group, it is. And this is a group that it's not promised for a lot of the guys, whether they're going to be on an NBA roster. Some of these guys will be, and some of these guys will be Kings. But I appreciate that Coach Dip, that every player basically, Brenden, out there has told you and others that we're trying to win the championship. And they're 2 games away from doing it. They've done their part. And I think it's cool that they got this goal. They've been very open at it, and they're going for it.
Absolutely. Scott Perry wants it to mean something to be a member of the Sacramento Kings, and for you to know what style of play you're going to be dealing with anytime you play the Kings. And he even, told us a little bit. You can tell by how I started that interview yesterday. I kind of laugh at myself now. I'm like, hey, it's got to feel pretty good to be 4-0 in Summer League. He just laughs a little. I don't think, honestly, they care that much about Summer League results. More so, it is about the process. It's the playing hard as the glare decides to get horrible on my camera here. But I think the big thing is that they're playing hard. You're seeing an identity from a Summer League team, which is definitely rare for me. I don't feel like there's another year, maybe you can remember one, Jason, where I'm hearing about an identity for a Summer League team. And they're very much committing to that. And it's what they want to see at the Sacramento level as well. So playing hard out there. And I think it helps create an environment that makes it easier to evaluate some of the guys that you're hoping make it to the main club.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, you've had a busy time out there. You've done amazing work, you and Chris, and then when Frankie was out there and Alan, and We had the whole crew, Draper, myself. It's been good representation out there. I know it's been fun for you. Great work. We encourage everybody to check out your interview with Scott Perry and all the other stuff you guys have been putting out there. Always look forward to it. Brenden, thanks for joining us, and get home safely, and let's see if the Kings can win the last two and take home the Summer League title.
Appreciate you, Jason. I'm ready to get out of here. City hasn't been kind to me.
All right. We appreciate that. That is Brenden Nunes joining us. Really good insight, too, from Brenden. Like I said, check out all the work. It's all out there for everybody to see right there on Sactown Sports. Yeah, look, I think that was good perspective on that in the sense that, they're searching to build this, and we all want it today. That's the problem. And I would preach patience, but I can hear Kings fans going, patience? I've been waiting for something positive for this team for years. I get that. But now it is a restart, and Scott Perry's going to take his time. Doug Christie's going to get his feet wet, and some of these guys are going to develop. But I also think they are going to have to be patient and prudent, like Brenden said Scott Perry's words were. But they can't just imagine we'll wait the whole year and figure this all out. No, you got to strike when the iron's hot, when there's an opportunity that makes sense for you to build your team, to make that team better, and to get to the goals that you have for the big club. And Scott Perry's goals, much like Monty's were, is, kind of playoff stability, championship stability. Everybody wants to win a title. There's lots of layers. Lots of things have to happen too. The obvious statement is there's got to be all the buy-in, and you're going to have good players. They all have to fit. You got to have talent. But you also need some good fortune. Some breaks need to go your way. And for the Kings, in this 20-year stretch where they've been really bad, it doesn't mean that for the majority of the time, it doesn't mean that all of it have been bad breaks. They've had some. But you need good fortune on your side, and that could be anything from health to debating on which player to draft, but you got the right one, a trade that you make, a trade that you didn't make. The problem is, to me, the Kings haven't been able to get into a stretch of continuity. I thought we were getting there with Mike Brown and with Monty McNair, and then it didn't happen. Now we're got another run at this, and maybe this will work too with Scott Perry, Doug Christie, and kind of what we're seeing, though, is a good sign with some of these young players in this drafting of Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, and building off that to go with what you already have in your main guys, and what can they turn into, or what will they still do for you on this roster. But again, Nick Clifford has been probably, to me, more than I expected. I didn't know what the Kings were getting in there at 24. I knew they were intrigued with him and traded up to get him. But then when you see him play, and I saw a bunch of guys play in the Summer League, and Cooper Flagg's, of course, going to get all the attention at number 1. But even some of the guys between 2 and 23, you're going, man, how did guys miss on Nick Clifford? This guy would help any team, every team, with that versatility and that ability to defend, that ability to play multiple positions offensively and defensively and do it well. And then I like what Brenden said probably the most there was his ability to find kind of that moment and recognize, hey, the team needs me in whatever way that is. And it was in scoring the other day or creating for others. And instead, that's the kind of time he attacked the game. At other times, he let the game come to him. He's got a really good feel. And so far, so good for him. All right, for us, so far, so good too. We have Friday fun and games to wrap up the show. But up next, What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing and Celebrity Birthdays. That is all straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at El Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
This very minute at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, you'll find fun gaming on all 52 Top Tracer screens where golfers and newbies enjoy the fun together. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range or play 9 holes on the McKenzie putting course. Enjoy the summer-long free concert schedule and visit the Hangout Eats and Drinks for wood-fired pizzas, burgers, ice cream, and more. Or relax with a beverage. It's happening all summer long at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, nightly until midnight. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hot Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying forward. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card below 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Well, it is time, like you heard there, for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. And we've got British Open round 2 going on as we speak. So that's something you could follow today and certainly over the weekend. If we give you what's on tap or what's on deck there, you got Brian Harman still in the lead at 8 under par. Keeping our eye on Scotty Scheffler, who's now just 1 back at 7 under. Rory McIlroy finished the day at 3 under, so he is 5 back of the lead. But Scheffler's really making some noise there in the tie for 3rd. Also, what's on deck? NBA Summer League continues. We got more matchups today. We've been doing this for a while. Let's do this again today, Chris. I'll just do the NBA Finals preview matchups. We've got 1. We've got 2. We've got 3. We've got 3 potential NBA Final matchups today. Which one's most likely? Mavericks Magic, Jazz Bulls, or Pacers Pelicans?
Mavericks Magic.
Mavericks Magic. I agree. That's the most likely finals preview tonight. Kings won't be in action until tomorrow. That's when they will be playing the 1 seed Toronto Raptors. That is at 1:00. And the Hornets and Thunder will be after that at 3. And then the championship, if the Kings win, would take place on Sunday night. So there you go. Also on tap, baseball's second half, the A's at the Guardians. And your Giants are in Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. All right, it is that time for celebrity birthdays. As birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. All right, is it you and Kyle?
It appears so.
Okay. No other guests in there playing?
Gracie, do you want to play celebrity birthdays? That was a non-audible no.
Okay. Gracie's just still drawing. All right, here we go. On this date, July 18th, in what year was the movie The Dark Knight released?
Dark Knight. That's the second one.
I'm just going to guess whatever Verlad says.
I'm going to say 2008.
You are? You're sticking with that? Kyle?
So The Dark Knight is the second one?
Yes.
2009.
Okay, we have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlad, 2008.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's see how Chris does here on this date, guys. The movie Jurassic Park 3.
Ugh.
Chris's favorite, clearly.
Okay. I either just graduated or was a senior. And I wish I wouldn't have said that because Kyle was going to say, well, that's the year I was born. I'm going to say 2001.
1988. No, I'm kidding. Let's go. I was actually born in 2001. 2000. Period. 2000.
All right. We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlad, 2001. This guy's a machine. All right. I'm not sure he's going to get this one. Let's see. Bad Boys 2.
No.
I think I do know this one.
Oh. Okay.
I do love Bad Boys movies.
I'm going to say 1997.
No, I think it's the second one. I think is 2004.
All right, Kyle is closer. 2003 for
Did
Bad
the first
Boys
one
2.
come out in 97?
Something like
Maybe.
that. The only reason I know that is because he's wearing a Falcons Michael Vick jersey in the movie.
Obviously.
That's how you know it?
That's how I knew what era it was.
Oh, okay.
Was just because of that.
And lastly, on this date, in what year did the television show Entourage debut?
I could probably get this right. I wasn't old enough to drink yet.
So 1988?
2004.
I'll say 2001.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlad, 2004. This guy, man, goodness. All right, now let's get to the birthdays. Happy birthday today to, he's fast, he's furious, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel is 57.
Isn't that the guy from the Boiler Room?
He's the guy from the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, I know. I'll say 60.
And you said 57, Chris?
Yes.
Chris is slightly closer, 58 today for Vin Diesel. Happy birthday to Kristen Bell.
Oh, Let It Go?
I forgot about her.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a movie or?
Sarah Marshall.
Oh.
Is she the person from The Good Place?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, she's also Elsa.
She is 45.
I will say 47.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Verlad, 45. Happy birthday today to the fastest man in the world, won the gold medal last year in the Olympics, Noah Lyles.
He is 26.
I think secretly Alan Stiles' favorite athlete. I will say 27.
Kyle is closer, 28 for Noah Lyles. Happy birthday to Bam Adebayo.
Asia Wilson.
No, Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You know, they're together.
Bam Adebayo is 28.
He's 27.
Well, we have a correct answer. It goes to Chris Verlad, 28 for Bam. Happy birthday to Penny Hardaway.
Any relation to Penny Marshall?
Let me check. No.
Oh.
Weird scandal that they just got in trouble for.
Memphis?
Yeah. Apparently, like, softball players were doing a basketball player's homework.
He isn't related, I believe, to Lil Penny.
Oh. I'm going to say he is 55.
Let's see. I'd say he's 53.
Oh, we have a tie. He is 54 today for Penny Hardaway. Happy birthday to Richard Branson.
Ugh.
Kyle, do you know who Richard Branson is?
The Virgin Airlines guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say 80.
He is 74.
Chris is closer, 75 today for Richard Branson. Happy birthday to Torrey Hunter.
Oh. Torrey Hunter is 49.
Used to be my brother's favorite player. I'll say 47.
Chris is closer. He's 50 today. Ooh. Big 5-0. Happy birthday to Nick Faldo. Former golfer, golf announcer.
Yeah. He's retired now, right?
Yeah, from announcing.
Nick Faldo is 66.
He is 67 today.
Kyle is closer. Good pull on that one. 68 for Nick Faldo. Happy birthday to Yankees legend, manager, Joe Torre.
Legend?
Yes.
Okay.
Legend.
He is 79.
He looks way older, but he's probably 76.
Chris was closer. Wrong decade, guys. He's 85.
Ugh.
You know what? That sounds about right.
Why does he look way older?
He just looks really old.
Wow.
I saw him at the All-Star game. Just very old.
We got two more. I didn't see these. I had skipped over them earlier. Happy birthday to James Brolin.
From the Goonies?
No,
that's his son.
That's his son.
James Brolin from Maverick?
Yeah. Not that Maverick, but from Maverick. Not Maverick, but Maverick.
He's in both Mavericks.
He's not in the flying one.
Huh? He's in the movie.
This is not the one that's in Dune, right?
No.
Is that
He's with Barbara Streisand.
He's still alive?
Wow. James Brolin, happy birthday to him.
I'm going to say...
He's still alive?
87.
If it's that guy's dad, I'll just say 90.
Chris is closer. He's 85 today, same as Joe Torre. And lastly, former talk show host Wendy Williams. How you doing?
She is 56.
Let's go 60 today.
Kyle's closer. 61st birthday today for Wendy.
1 year off on all of these.
Williams. Good job, guys. That's it for celebrity birthdays. When we come back, it's Friday. We end it in style with Friday Fun and Games. We'll welcome Alan Stiles in. We'll see what's coming up with his show and Friday Fun and Games. That is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Are you thinking about buying a new car? Well, maybe you're on the fence. Let me help you out. Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the first time I stepped into the MP of Stockton showroom, I knew I made the right choice. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV. It's comfortable, stylish, and most importantly, it's safe. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. It's just a short drive down I-5 or anytime at mbfstockton.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Alan Stiles here with your Sactown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Ken Waldachuk out with that left elbow sprain. We'll have another AAA Las Vegas rehab coming up, and his expected return is mid-July. Jose Leclerc, out with that right lat strain, is expected to return in the second half as he is playing catch 3 times a week, even though the A's expect a long recovery process. That was your Sactown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. It's Alan Stiles here. You injured at work? Call Downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay $0 up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, it will be time for Friday Fun and Games here in a moment. We'll get Alan Stiles in here. Thank you to everyone that has participated via the chat, via the text line. That's someone I've been talking to here on the text that was saying they would like to meet when they come out to a Sac State game or a Kings game. They said it's always hard. You're always on the I feel like I'm very approachable and very easy to get to. But yeah, sometimes when I might be downstairs or on the floor or at Kings games or in the media room, then when I come up, it's like basically pop right on the radio. And then once you get in, you're kind of locked in. At Sac State. They're several hours early and you're moving around, but then like you're in the booth, it's harder to get up there. But yeah, don't ever be afraid to stop by and say hi. And I'll hopefully be able to do the same. I mean, if you're on the air, it's a little difficult, but if it's breaks or whatever, I love it. Love meeting people out there at all the different spots. It's always very, very cool. So thank you. Thank you for the 2 weeks of support here while Dave's been gone. He'll be back on Monday, but we're going to finish here with a Friday Fun and Games. We have played this game before. We may just have to jump into it because I don't know what I think Alan is actually working right now.
I am not convinced that Alan was a college baseball player.
Why?
What did your coach always talk about time?
If you're on time, you're basically late.
If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time.
Yeah. Which is a weird thing, a weird premise. And I think if that was what your coach would say, then you just have to shift your clock and say, all right, practice is at 1. All right, well, I better be here at 12:30 just because I don't want to be the guy that coach is mad at. So crosstalk is.
You don't want to be the coach that another player punches.
Great
but when does that ever happen?
I know nobody ever punches a coach. Oh, wait. They did at my high school. So should we just start? I don't know what he's doing. What's the guy doing back there?
I don't know. Oh, River Cats, threes, my guys.
Was that your Allen impression?
Yeah.
Okay. Spot on. All right. So today's game, we've played this before. Chris, do you have the 90-second clock?
That is what I'm grabbing right now.
Okay. So basically, we're going to do I'm going to give you guys a category. You're going to have 90 seconds to go from A to Z and whatever the category is. And so if it's Sacramento Kings, and you'd have to use the letter A, and you can either use first name or last name. And now I'm doing Danny Ainge. There you go, Ainge. B, C, so forth. Move all the way down the line. It could be first name or last name. That would be if that was your category. But since Alan's not in here, Chris, you're going to be our first one up. I'm going to give you a choice today on the categories, if this helps.
Man, Alan is having trouble with this read. This is like the fourth time he's started with this.
What, you can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's just right over there with Angie? Should we all just go in there? And
Alan Styles here. Oh, yeah.
Did he just say it? So you guys are hearing dual things at the same time. I can't hear him. All right, Chris, would you prefer on A to Z food and drink or animals?
I feel like I have done animals before.
So food and drink?
So I will take food and drink.
All right, 90 seconds, food and drink, A to Z, go.
Apple, banana, coconut, dairy, Dairy Queen, Blizzard.
Sure.
E, elephant burger.
You had donuts back there, by the way.
Oh, he did. F,
elephant burger?
Fuddruckers.
No.
Food.
Okay.
G is for grape juice. H, halibut. I is skip. J, Jello. K, kale greens. L is linguine. M is mussels, 4-year linguine. N, gnocchi. Oh, nope, that's with a G.
That's a G. Gnocchi, that's not right.
N is pass. O, orange.
Okay.
P, pear. Q, kumquat. Is that Q?
I think that's a K.
Oh. Q, I'll use that for K then. Q is Quiznos. R, I will use for rigatoni. S, spaghetti. T, tortellini. U,
You went back on K. You'd already done it, but you passed on I and N.
Oh.
Okay.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Newtons. I don't know. All right.
At least I didn't say dairy.
Yeah. Indeed.
You've never had dairy
Well, you brought in donuts today. Hey, Alan's in here.
Sorry
Alan
about that.
Styles here.
Alan Styles here.
They could hear both. They could hear you like, oh, Alan's struggling today.
Took like 6 takes.
Alan Styles here.
I was, my nickname is One Take Johnny. Today was about 4 Take Johnny.
It was more than 4.
It was only
They were counting. They had the meter. Like they were flipping the chart over for his case.
No, I had to do multiple. That's what it was. I was doing multiple reads. It wasn't
Multiple
my normal.
Alan Styles hears.
Selling aisles here.
Did you hear my? I can't wait for you to hear my. Hey, Alan Styles here.
I like that.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
I like when you've already been Alan Styles in the spot and then you're, hey, Alan Styles here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you remind us again.
Do you know me? Alan Styles here.
So you, I think, heard the tail end of the game. 90
Yes.
seconds. You know how
Yeah.
to play this.
We don't have the.
You need the alphabet? We're going to go A to Z. Hopefully that helps.
I'm a better host.
Okay.
A to Z.
You know what? We got it.
You give out the alphabet? That
I do.
helps you? All
Did
right.
Kyle go already?
No.
No.
Do you want Kyle to go before you? Or do you want to go?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I will give you a choice of, let's see, famous people or things you may find in your home.
Oh.
A to Z.
I will go with things you may find in your home.
Okay. 90 seconds. You've got the alphabet in front of you. Thank you, Kyle. Go.
An armchair, a basket, a car that's in your garage, right?
Sure.
A dryer, a toy elephant. Would that
Sure. We're counting it. Go.
elevator?
A lot of
'cause
elephants
I'm
today.
rich.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm rich. A fork, a garage, a hair brush, we'll skip I, a jumper cable, a skip K, a laundry basket, a man, a nail, and an orange, a pear, a quail for dinner.
What? No.
A red marker,
Sure.
a Swiffer, a toy train, a
Double T.
Underwear, a violin, toy walrus, a xylophone, Ulysses S. Grant.
Is it the U?
A Yale sweater,
Okay.
because you're very smart. A toy zebra.
Toy zebra. See,
You're using a lot of toys.
Maybe you should have had animals. I gave Chris that choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle. In 90 seconds.
Very quickly.
All right, 90 seconds. You'll be the last one. Jobs or teams?
Wait. Like
occupations.
Okay, got it.
Which one do you want?
Oh, that's my choice. I'll go teams.
Yeah, I figured you would. All right, 90 seconds, go.
Wait, does cities count too? Or
Sure,
team names?
just go. Teams.
Okay, Anteaters, Bills, Chargers, Detroit Pistons, E-Pass, F, Falcons, G, Grant High School, H, Pass, I don't know, Pass, J, Jacksonville Jaguars, K, Kings, L, Lions, LM, Pass, N, Pass, O, Oakland Raiders,
acceptable.
P, Penguins, LMNOPQ, Quinnipiac College, I don't know.
Take it.
Q, LMNOPQ, R, R, I am not going to finish this. S, San Francisco 49ers, T, Texas Longhorns, U, don't know this, V,
out of time. Boy, I was problematic in all of our guesses. Everybody comes
Yeah.
with the letter I.
I got knife for K, by the way.
Alan's had time to think about it. He's
Toy
got
knife.
Toy knife.
Toy knife.
Toy knife. All right, that is it. I know Alan's got a big show. It's Friday. It's been a fun week. Carmichael Dave is back on Monday. Have a great weekend. Alan Stiles is next.
You never know what you might